Why are you streaming on a Thursday? Well, I know for now, at least for now, that it isn't, but it sure does feel like a Friday, which hits like a Monday on a Wednesday evening.
Sorry, Psycho, one brain cell beat you to it because it is Wednesday, my dudes.
Skinner, congratulations on being first, second, third, and fourth, all despite yourself.
Thank you for the resub.
Thank you for the resub, Benjima. Much appreciated. I have no clue what...
Same, yeah.
What?
No, carry on.
It's annoying, isn't it? That's what you sometimes do.
Yeah.
What is lightning in a bottle?
So, the message reads, because I don't think you can see that, man. Luca has captured lightning in a bottle again. It's a great timing because you're playing Higurashi. What? That's not what I said. Also, I love the new emote, Benjima, the dying inside one, because I feel that one sometimes.
It works brilliantly.
Welcome in Skinner, hello Psycho, hello Benjima, hello Ranger, hello everybody. How are you all doing? It's Wednesday. Bait used to be believable, Skinner.
Unfortunately.
Get better at it.
No, yesterday I was confused why you said we're streaming today. Because I was really sure.
Yeah, I know, but...
Okay. I'm just explaining the why. Hello, darkness.
I used to fall for Skinner's bait. Maybe I just got too used to it, I guess.
If it was Thursday, we'd all be playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? Ooh, no. Did you guys actually pre-order the game?
Who did you guys actually pre-order the game?
No.
What?
I was gonna ask who pre-ordered the game, but then I wanted to change it to did you guys pre-order the game?
Yes.
I've already read like the first reviews that came out. Not sure how trustworthy they are, but apparently it's great.
I saw one article come by on a German website today. The first good Nintendo game for the Switch 2. And when I closed the page, because first of all, Mario Kart World exists. Also...
Well, technically it's the second game.
It's the second game, yeah. I mean, that leads back to the issue that currently there is 2 first-party games for the Switch 2. A month after release. Then again, it has full access to basically the entire Switch 1 console library, so you do have something to play. There's a lot of enhanced versions, don't get me wrong, but it's 2 games. No.
I was gonna say, you can still play everything on the Switch 1 and from the Switch 1 and a lot of things also run better, so in that regard. Also, I completely missed it, but we said thank you Benjima for the resub, but also thank you Skinner for the resub.
No, we said it to Skinner first, and then you immediately followed up with Benjima, leaving me out of it.
I said Benjima.
No, you said Skinner first.
No, I said congratulations Skinner on being first.
No, trust me.
I did nothing. I was just confused because I saw there's a hype train going on.
Don't get me wrong.
And I was like, how is this possible?
Thank you for the resubs, everybody. But check the VOD later. You did. And then you kept going and going, which is fine.
Yeah,
that's my own medicine. Let me finish one sentence today at least. And then you skipped straight to Benjima without me, and then you kept going for what felt like 16 hours. Now I know the pain Tifa goes through when I keep rambling without apparently needing to breathe, just like I am doing right now, because somehow I found a way to keep talking even though I have nothing to talk about and I'm just enjoying the sound of my own voice.
Yes, exactly, but you do the same quite often when you go live. Then you just go on to this 10-minute talk and it's exactly the same because you just ran it off. And I 100% only said Benjima. So just for myself then...
we just did it together!
Skinner, thank you for the resub.
Skinner even says you thanked me and then used my heart to thank Benjima. You gave him a recycled heart. It's not recycle, it's multi-use.
You guys chatted too much. I didn't see I didn't see the messages.
Jack, can you stop stealing this Jack's lines? It's always somebody else's fault. It's never your own, is it?
Did I miss anyone else? No.
Wow, chat.
And of course, also, thank you, Ranger.
Okay, once again, I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting with one of us who appreciates it. You can have one of mine. Psycho, that is so sweet. Thank you very much.
I'm just saying I couldn't keep up with it. Exactly like how I've now missed what the lightning in a bottle is. Scroll back up.
That's the lightning in a bottle. Luca took that pic whilst we sat in the hospital for an hour and a half this morning. What?
Wait, the emote is the lightning?
I'm confused.
Alright, gotta check Discord.
Yes, okay. See, this is what happens when you ask questions. The trick to keep the conversation going is to just yes and everything. Wow, lightning in a bottle, again, impressive.
I just wanted to understand.
Spoilers? I mean, I've said this before, but 90% of the time when I don't understand a reference, I just go, yeah, classic, and I carry on. And then after stream, I look it up to educate myself.
Do you understand what lightning in a bottle is? No. That's why I wanted to know. It's another great emote like Benjima
sleeping, which was also taken. Oh!
That still doesn't explain lightning in a bottle, but
genius struck. Luca took another great picture of Benjima, which then Benjima turned into a new emote. There, I can infer information from contextual clues.
I get it. Also, Psycho, thank you for sharing your hearts.
Yes, and we will ask you where you got them from. I mean, maybe we won't, but
I don't judge.
The Finanzamt, the German IRS will. Because I'm pretty sure they're valuable. Just warning you, because it's tax season.
Also, there is no saying, for as far as I'm aware, in German or in Dutch, that comes close to lightning in a bottle.
To catch lightning in a bottle. In a bottle. I can't type for some reason.
At least there's none in Dutch, for as far as I'm aware.
Not
I
really.
think you'll have issues.
I always have issues. Which ones are we specifically talking about?
With finding the German version.
Doesn't have a direct translation.
See?
Sorry. Sorry. I'm pretty lightning in a bottle. I'm pretty sure lightning in the bottle is the name of a moonshine I tried once as Ranger. I wouldn't touch that. I wouldn't go there. I remember a few months, maybe a year ago, suddenly all over Germany, or at least the places I've been to, a new chain popped up selling alcohol, liquors, specifically labeled as moonshine. And they came and then they went. And I've never seen that stuff again. Okay. They just, from one week to the other, they were everywhere with even their own stores. I'm not talking like pop-up stores. I'm saying they moved into storefronts, like legitimate brick and mortar stores. And then a few months later, they were just all gone. That seemed so weird to me. Like, what was your business plan? Let's just buy all the space we can and then we go bankrupt and then we just leave, I guess. I don't know. But I had to think of it.
I have to think of what Joke Ranger has prepared. A good insensitive joke, but you won't do it.
Because Germany has never caught lightning in a bottle? Something Blitzkrieg. Am I right? Because lightning is part of that. Blitz means lightning.
Oh, you might be on a good track.
Tell us the joke, Ranger. We can ban you afterwards. Try your luck. Let's see.
If we do ban him after, then we did our part, right?
Exactly. If it's bad enough, we can always. I mean, we have to. No, really, it's part of the terms and conditions of Twitch. You have to moderate your chat. Just saying. You know, that's a thing. If any one of you overdoes it a bit too much, we do have to step in because I want to keep this account. But up until then, you know, comedy is subjective. Shoot your shot, Ranger. I'll unban before I get banned. then I can take your moderator status away as well. Just saying. I sit
I'll
with
give
sauce.
it back.
I'll unmod you too.
I have access to the
Tifa,
OG account.
I can unmod you IRL.
Wow.
Yeah.
If there's a solo stream anywhere in the future, I'm already saying this warning now.
I pulled it up my nose. Not all the way, just a little bit. In my sinuses. Oh, I hate this. Yes, then what? Then you deserved it. Tifa, all of my...
How many times do I have
Thank you, Psycho. Thank you.
How many
exactly.
times do I have to blink for help again?
You have to blink SOS in Morse code.
I believe the S is long.
Sometimes. Only when it's warm outside. What are you doing?
Long blink, short blink, long blink. SOS.
That's not SOS, Will.
No.
I do know, I think I know the Morse code for SOS, but I'm not going to tell you for reasons. No, you choking on your drink, Jack. Talking about drinks and... I'll just go there, I don't care.
Wait. Before you go there, Ranger, go there.
Yeah, we're waiting. You can't wind us up and then not deliver. That's like, oh, I there's something I need to tell you. What is it? I'll tell you later. No,
I know, right?
that should be illegal.
The moment he says it, we're gonna regret it.
He will. We just have to keep a straight face. At least put in the Discord.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Also
That is very agreeable.
Yeah. Then there, I'll ban you after the stream when I see it.
Okay, now go there with your drinking habits.
Yes. So I mentioned this on Discord on Monday. I went to work, like physically. That's rare for me. That's why I'm pointing that out. And we had this all-day meeting, and one of my colleagues showed up, seemingly sick. The next day we had another meeting, and he said, "Yeah, I just went straight home, back to bed, and just fell asleep. And now I woke up and I feel worse." So we're like, "Yeah, we could tell yesterday. Very nice of you." Anyway. Short meeting. After that, he just clocked out, went home. Oh, clocked out because he was working from home. Just went back to bed. Today he called in sick. Anyway, still hoping I didn't catch anything.
With the amount of ginger tea you drank in the past 2 days.
I'm at the point where I don't know if I caught something, because usually it takes like 2 to 3 days to break out when I do catch something like this. So tonight we will know more, I guess. Right now I'm feeling okay. Except for right now, because I pulled water up my sinus cavities, which is irritating, but I live. But he's more ginger than man at this point. That's what I told Tifa during the sound check. I have drank? I have consumed so much ginger tea, strong ginger tea. I don't know if any of you have ever done that. But ginger for me makes my my intestinal tract work overtime. I had an increased amount of bowel movements in the last days, and it's getting annoying.
Well, too much ginger can cause diarrhea.
Yes. It's at the point where I know I need to cut back, but also I kind of don't want to, because I believe that the ginger tea is helping me, and even if it didn't help me, it would, because I'm believing it. You know, I'm just giving it magical power.
I was gonna say, just for the pure fact that you believe it helps you will actually help you.
So what I'm trying to say is, I shit for you. That's the best way I can express my appreciation to all of you. There you go. Take it or leave it, but that's the truth. Because if it was just my day job, you know, if I get sick, I get sick. And then I'll be the first one to point fingers at that dick for like coming to work sick. Because, you know, maybe don't do that, maybe don't get the rest of us sick. But I don't want to get sick because I hate being sick. Being sick sucks, and then I miss out on streams. And I'm very afraid Tifa's gonna do a solo stream. So I do these things.
Dedication.
Unsub doesn't work. You're stuck here. You can't leave. You wouldn't, would you? Also, welcome in Dark Lord. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday.
What he said. He's more ginger than... blah, blah, blah. He's more ginger than man at this point. I think if you would cut him, it would be like yellow coming out.
True, for multiple reasons. We've eaten a lot of potatoes the last couple of days because they were on sale, so we ate a lot of potato dishes. I've been eating a lot of cheese and ginger, and all of these things are yellow.
It works.
It's true.
Really does.
I shit you. I shit you not, but I shit for you. But there's a difference, I want to say.
It's very... No, romantic's not the word I'm looking for. Daddy, very... Dedicated? No, very...
Very defecated.
That's a good one.
And I thought of that one on the spot. Also, Ranger says he added a QAnon board. Just sign up using my link.
Wow, why does that sound so familiar?
First of all, no you didn't. Second of all, no you really didn't. Third of all, what does that have to do with Germany at this point? I was expecting some World War II jokes or something. Oh, sorry, I left that link, USA.gov. Is it like this? Because listen, I get all of my information from American late night comedy shows when it comes to stuff that happens across the pond from our perspective.
And Reddit.
And Reddit, of course, yeah. The internet, basically. YouTube and Reddit. 90% of internet traffic.
Basically, yeah.
And from what I've seen, there is like a little bit of a split because your government is doing things that they said they wouldn't be doing. So part of the people who voted these people into power are like...
But that's very politics.
Why are they protecting the pedophiles? While the others are like, it's fine. It's still okay, which is a weird take for me. Why would you ever want to protect pedophiles? You know, that generally you're not on the winning side of history if you do that. I think. I live in a world where Epstein's literal neighbor says he doesn't know. We live in the weirdest timeline, I can tell you that.
I don't think that story is gonna get a fulfilling conclusion, honestly.
It might. Listen, I'm hoping this is the next Watergate.
The next step is to just throw Obama into jail. Obama is behind it.
That's what Trump actually said already. Yeah.
Yeah, the list is made by Obama.
Literally, that's what he said.
Yeah, no, he has been leading all of this, so just throw him in jail and we're finally done with it.
I'm confused.
Thanks, Obama.
Barack Hussein Obama. In these moments, always say his full name. So pointless. No, but did you actually read the news or did you just accidentally say exactly what Trump said?
No, I saw the memes about it.
Alright, fair enough.
Actually, not the memes, I saw the one Skinner posted.
Fair enough.
I was like, oh, what did he say this time?
Yeah, my fear is that other nations' leaders are in on it too, who would just nuke the world. Psycho, I would love to disagree with you, but I think it's really big. Unfortunately, I smile because it's crazy, not because it's funny.
I don't think this is just contained to the US, no.
Yeah, I think it's a global issue.
And honestly, wanna bet the Dutch are behind it.
I wouldn't be shocked if once again the servers are somewhere in the Netherlands or Belgium. That's a thing that keeps happening for some reason.
Yeah, it's usually the Netherlands or Belgium which has some of the biggest pedophile network in the world. So I wouldn't be surprised if it will all circle back to that.
Unfortunately true. You can look it up. Epstein was arrested in 2019 and did that thing in jail that he didn't do. Yeah, in 2019. Yes.
Did even try to bring Obama up in this. It's crazy because he's behind everything.
Because here's the thing, Benjima. If you ever deal with somebody who is clearly suffering some form of dementia, you will notice that they will just say stuff that doesn't make sense to you if you think about it for longer than 2 seconds. That's the answer. That's just the answer. It's like... I just keep talking to fill the void. You know, there doesn't need to be a reason. It just, as long as there's sound, somebody will think I'm probably saying something that somebody should listen to. But I'm just making noise. Dementia or cunning? Dementia. It's not cunning because it keeps contradicting itself. So that's not cunning.
I'm gonna go with yes. Yeah. Also, it's kind of fun, you know, because I remember when the talks about show me his birth certificate started.
I remember that too.
And that's, if you think back on it now, seems so innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, back then it was like, haha, this is ridiculous, you know, but it wasn't in the way of anything. And now it's like...
Back then, the issue was the man who claims to be born on American soil trying to run for president actually born on American soil? Because if he wasn't, because of our stupid laws, he wouldn't be eligible to run for president. It had nothing to do, did he with having committed crimes? Is he fit for the job? None of the actually important questions. It was just, what place in the world was he given birth to? It's completely inconsequential, except for that one stupid law that they have over in the US.
Honestly, I can agree.
And now it's like, so which one of the people in charge has gone and raped children?
I can agree.
The answer appears to be yes, otherwise I don't understand where all of this is happening.
No. Having to be born in the country, I can agree with as a term. But I feel like that's not the only thing. It's like Germany has its own stupid laws too. Like if you want to be a politician, you don't even have to live in the country.
That's true.
We had someone in charge in our Nazi party who lives in Switzerland.
She still is.
She can decide about things in Germany and just go like,
she can vote on things.
Fuck you, because it doesn't apply to her.
One of the highest ranking members of the AfD, I'll just say the name, you can look it up.
That's not a secret.
They are not good people. I said that. She is against immigration because all the foreigners are of course evil. Weirdly seems to have issues with people that look different from the Germans, which is not a thing that exists. And a bunch of other things.
Don't forget gay people,
despite
of her being in a same-sex marriage.
You killed the punchline.
Doesn't matter.
This
There's no punchline here.
Lives with a woman from Sri Lanka in Switzerland. Do you see the issues? Like,
yeah, but that's what I mean. I feel like there should be some rules. Like you have to live in the city or country that you want to rule.
Agreed.
That should be an absolute must.
Also, yeah, rule is the right word. Yeah, carry on.
It is ruling.
Yeah.
Like
charge of.
Having been born there.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I think it's not a bad one because you have to put otherwise you can go like, oh, you have to live here 5 years or something. Yeah, but if you are actually in charge, I think it's not a...
See, I disagree with you have to be born in the country, because what if I was born somewhere else and then we moved here when I was 1 year old? It's not... If I was born in Denmark and I lived here for the last 35 years, I'm currently 36, I don't think I would consider myself Danish.
Well, fair enough. Let's make it nationality then.
You have to have lived in a country for a certain amount of time. You have to be a citizen of that country. That would make sense to me.
No, but it needs to be more than like a handful of years.
Yes, that would make sense. Basically.
The problem was that Obama was a US citizen, his mother was born here, but we haven't seen the birth certificate yet, have we?
Then where is the problem according to those people? Because his mother wasn't running for office, he was.
Actually, has he ever supplied his birth certificate?
I think they did,
because I think he did, and then they were like, it's forged or something, yeah? Was that with the birth certificate?
So can we get our wording straight? It's not that they didn't believe it, it's that morons didn't believe it. Yes, I'm calling people out. If you're stupid enough to believe all of that shit, you're dumb as fuck. There you go.
Germany for Germany says meant from a different country. But exactly, it is so...
Yes, basically.
It is so hypocrite.
Basically. Like, listen, I think racists are stupid. But if for whatever reason, let's not argue details. If you are a racist, and then you move to another country, What the fuck? You know? If you say only this one arbitrary country I picked, that's the best one in the world. I disagree with you on many levels, but let's accept that for a moment. But when you say you live somewhere else in a different country, like what the...
Yeah,
the one thing you stand for, you don't even stand for.
But those are not the foreigners that are the problem. It's the fortune seekers.
Fuck all of that noise.
Anyway, T, long time no see. How are you
Welcome
doing?
in.
Hope you're doing
Happy
well.
Wednesday. It's not a Thursday.
Politics just gets my blood boiling.
Yeah.
I spoke with an American friend a bit
You
ago.
spoke with
I
it?
spoke
About
about I spoke about this topic with an American friend the other day too. And like in Europe, we make fun of Americans a lot. Fair is fair.
Shit's happening everywhere in the world, by the way.
Shit's happening everywhere.
Funnier when it's somewhere else and it doesn't directly affect you.
Exactly. But when it comes to politics, we have our own issues too.
Yeah, plenty. Don't worry.
We can't
Plenty.
really laugh about the racist in the US when we have our own racist leaders and Nazis running.
It's happening almost everywhere.
It's happening everywhere. I do still believe it's very heavily influenced by what's happening in the US. Because now they feel like it's
Well,
safe
if
to
he can
here
do
too.
it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like we don't have our own shit here, you know?
Yeah.
It's just funnier because in the US it's more drama and ridiculousness. Does that make sense? It doesn't it's like you said, it's further away, it doesn't fully affect you. So as Europe, we can all laugh at Trump, but we have our own shit.
I think it's also because the internet is effectively, in my experience at least, America. The internet connects people from all over the world. But the vast majority of the media I consume at least is American. That's fine, I don't have a problem with it, but it's everywhere. Just saying.
Laugh at them all, but that's how I cope. I mean,
Same.
basically.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to look at other people's issues and go, haha, that's stupid. And when you read the newspaper, you listen to your own news broadcast and you're like,
That's why I don't really listen to the news that affects me
Understandable.
close by.
Yeah.
I only come across the news in the US actually, because like Jack said, it's on Reddit. It's on TikTok. It's just the stuff that I scroll past. I don't even get my own shit.
Yeah, it's hard to not be exposed to it. You know? I simply cry. Ranger, understandable. Understandable. Yeah. Giant Meteor 2028. Hopefully not, because we still need to finish Higurashi first. And Shenmue 3.
But yeah.
And a bunch of other games that we've already bought and want to stream but haven't yet. Just saying.
Yeah, we were actually talking about Donkey Kong. So you guys pre-ordered the game. I was thinking of pre-ordering it. No, Benjima cancelled, but he's gonna save the story for his own stream. So we don't know what's behind that yet.
Dark Lord found a tiny coin. If that's a reference, if you found a tiny coin, awesome. One step closer to katana money.
A penny. I did
don't
not
know
cancel.
What the tiny coin is.
Oh, I thought, or was it just your pre-order story? I thought you said you cancelled. Okay, Benjima has a pre-order story
Tifa,
that we're gonna learn about.
I think it's gonna be much more effective if Benjima tells Benjima's story.
That's what I'm saying. I love monkeys, this one will not be tolerated. Wait, I'm gonna...
No, you don't, though. We've established that the other day.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be a good monkey wisdom.
There are no good monkey wisdoms, but there are some great German wisdoms.
None of them have a monkey.
Everything has an end, only the sausage has two. Exactly. I added it.
I didn't pre-order the game, but I did pre-order the amiibo. I'm looking forward to that.
That's so Tifa. I will buy the game at some point.
I am interested in the
full price.
game, especially since it's more like Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, made by the same team.
Which I'm really looking forward to. But I think I'll hope that it gets a little bit cheaper. I don't have time to play now anyway.
I want to play DK Bonanza, but I don't want to $80 play DK Bonanza. I want to $49.99 play DK Bonanza. Does that make sense? Ooh, Dark Lord found 10 Norwegian oars. Oars. Nice. Congratulations.
58.99 here. What is that round? 50. Let's say 59.
$60.
59 pounds to.
Oh wait, pounds. Oh my god.
59 pounds
$70
is $70 for us.
That's 70 real monies over here.
See what the price is here. Kaufen.
Kaufen, buying. Digital version goes for 70 on the eShop. So yeah, 80.
It's $80 here, you. The physical copy.
What did I say? Did I say 80?
You said 70 for the digital copy.
Okay. No, before that. Yeah, we've lost Tifa. It's fine. I stand by what I said. $50 and I'm in. Anything more than that, probably not.
Wow, it's cheaper in the UK.
How about you close that page again, by the way, because it's very bright.
Yeah, I was just checking if this actually was the physical copy, but it is.
It says physical copy. In a very small print, but I can read from here. Just for a switch away to switch it. I can't even read no more because Tifa blinding me. Just throw your Switch 2 away because you aren't getting any more games.
I feel a bit bad.
At some point I will. Metroid Prime 4 later this year, hopefully.
Probably.
I mean, they said 2025, just not a date yet, I think.
Pokemon still coming?
Pokemon Legends ZA, yeah.
I feel a little bit bad about my Switch 1 because it's been laying on the couch with the screen up, and there's this small layer of dust starting to form on the screen, and
we could sell them, you know.
And it looks kind of sad.
We could, first of all, put them away because that's just stupid. Second of all, sell them. Then somebody else can have fun with them.
No, that's true.
That makes sense.
But this, that's like the first Switch. The thing is like what? Oh, 10 years old now?
8.
When did the Switch come out?
8. Actually, yours is a newer model because we had to get it replaced once because the thing broke.
Oh yeah, true.
So, still, 8 years. Mine is 8 years old.
Well, might just put it online for really cheap. We're not gonna use it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Let somebody else enjoy this stuff. At least mine is chilling in my dock. There's no power, but it's in its dock. Fair enough.
Mine has been so sad on the couch ever since I transferred the files. I haven't moved it since.
And I put mine in the carrying case like a normal person would.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I just said it twice already.
Yeah, but now the idea seems really good.
Fair, if you had to be convinced.
The second time it clicked and I'm convinced.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we're keeping the games.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just saying.
I mean, if you have a carrying case for a Switch that doesn't fit your Switch 2, as in most cases, I believe, why wouldn't you put it in there if you intend to store it for a bit, right? Why make it dusty on purpose?
Yeah, I guess.
Normally juice. That's how I read comments like this. Exactly. You know what is also normal adjacent? Thank you for that segue, Skinner. Tifa's recaps. Hey Tifa, what has happened last time we played Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 7 Minagoroshi? And I said it without having to look it up because I'm beginning to remember.
Can confirm, but slight hint of doubt because it's in the title.
I was looking at the camera, so I'm safe.
So the last time we played Higurashi, this can actually be a very short recap. I'm thinking of how to best start it. Rika was chilling at home while Satoko was asleep at night. She couldn't really...
No.
The bit before that doesn't really matter. Fine, we were still in the house with the auction items where Keiichi wanted to get an idea of the items that are on sale so that he knows what to do with the Watanagashi. Then the village elders tried to come in. They accidentally locked the door, so Mion had to let them in and go like, oh sorry, we accidentally locked the door. We're just here to give Keiichi an idea of the things to sell. And then they were like, oh, but you're done here now, right? And then they were like, yeah, we're done, let's leave. And then they left, and then we have a scene where we swap to Rika, who is at home at night.
But what Tifa is trying to say in that sequence that was ultimately about Keiichi preparing for the auction that is to happen during the Watanagashi festival. They still shared their moments about how they all seemingly had nightmares that would change their lives and they would become the people they would have become if all chapters so far would have had good endings.
That was kind of over already.
It will still happen. Anyway, after that, cut, new scene, Rika at night, Satoko is asleep, Rika is very happy, looking at the moon. She decides to get drunk because that's just what she does, because she's dealing with things. Hanyu doesn't like it. We have a lot of weird kind of conversation between Rika and Hanyu, and Rika about Hanyu specifically, which sows the doubt in my mind whether or not Hanyu is a real own entity, this yokai ghost person, or whether she is just a figment of Rika's mind. Because either there were a couple of typos in the text, or hints at them being one and the same person. Just Rika talking to herself in a different voice, I guess.
Like they share taste buds, basically. Everything Rika eats and drinks, Hanyu can taste.
Yes, and Hanyu is jumping around near Rika to try to wake her up. And then next to Satoko. And Satoko does wake up and she goes, Rika, why are you jumping around?
There are moments that Rika explains which happen very rarely where people can actually hear her.
Yes. Occasionally, when it's convenient. Go fuck to sleep. That's basically what happened. Rika was being very nice about it.
Yeah, then we have a bit of a story where she starts talking about that she needs to get more help, which she should try again. And then we end up with Irie and Takano, who she has called her protectors. And I'm still not really sure why, but she believes that they die or get killed. Or not Irie, Takano and Tomitake.
Yes, they are her guardians. And she doesn't explain what she means by that. She just says that a couple times.
Yeah, it's really weird. So they're her, I think she said protectors as a word. And she believes that they die so that the murderer could get to her.
Yes. So it must be a very strong-willed desire to murder Rika specifically. Because they're going through other people to get to that point.
Yeah, and I still don't get why they would need to go to those two, but whatever, I hope that still gets explained. But she thinks she should once again try to ask for their help, maybe to save themselves, but worst case to save her, even if they still might die, and that she is going to try that route again. And I'm still very confused by it.
I remember differently. I remember her wanting to talk to Irie even though she doesn't like him. And again, they brought up that she is being used as a guinea pig by the clinic.
She feels
for money and all of that. Again, without explaining what exactly is happening, which frustrates me. I want answers. So she's probably going to talk to somebody about getting help. Let's see who it is in the end.
We'll see.
Yeah, there we go.
That was basically it.
Everyone who wants to recap was here watching you play the damn game. Everyone else is me. Benjima, that's not true.
But now you're caught up.
First of all, that's not true. Second of all, now you're caught up, so you are welcome, Benjima. Even though you have a weird way of showing your appreciation for the recaps. But also, we started doing recaps when there's story in games, so we're gonna continue doing recaps.
There's no stopping it.
Exactly. You could all unanimously say, skip the recaps. It's tradition. We always did it like this, so we will continue doing it like that.
But for a second you said everyone can vote to stop certain things. Because there are lines that you sometimes read out. And I'm not talking about Higurashi, but like tutorial lines that we can 100% absolutely skip because it's so annoying when you go through those.
If I were to ever make a video game and somebody would just go, skip,
it's like a tutorial line. Nobody cares what button you need to press.
That's not true. Somebody put all they could into every single thing in a game. Even the tutorial messages.
That's why You press it or you read it so that you know what to press, but you don't need to fucking read it out.
Damn, Tifa, you said it's so annoying when you breathe. What?
What did I say?
What? Skinner, do you smell toast? What?
But yes, like press A to jump. Exactly. Nobody needs to hear you read out the whole press A to jump. It's like,
but maybe, what if somebody who had... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. But what if, imagine, somebody woke up and it was their greatest wish in life to become a video game developer. And they finally got a job at a developer company. And as their task, they get told, go do the tutorial messages. I want them to feel appreciated too.
yeah, but you do. That's why you read it and you act upon it. You follow the instruction.
Yes. And I show my love and appreciation by voicing it out loud. Somebody wrote it, so I will read it.
Here we really need to have a vote on this.
No, it may sometimes seem like it, but this is not a democracy. This is the Republic of Jack, and Tifa gets to live in it.
It is so annoying.
It's the truth, though. That's why we have this command. Kind of. Off to get Chinese food, try to pop in later, have a great stream. Benjima,
enjoy the Chinese.
Have wonderful food, hopefully.
Legend has it, Benjima never left Chinatown.
He's still there. True. Tifa, are you ready to never leave Hinamizawa again?
I am. So I didn't need to add his name at the end since it was just said, but YOLO. I am still so confused, Skinner.
I don't know. Oh yes! Classic! What? I'll check the VOD later, maybe then I'll get it. Video games! Meanwhile, Dark Lord has found a Bluetooth mouse. Nice. Also, it seems this 10 euro coin stopped having currency worth in 1993. What is that worth? Half a cent?
I think I am one of the few that actually do not like Bluetooth mouses.
Same, but not really. All the Bluetooth mice I've used so far had super crappy connections. If I ever get one that is good, I would love it. Because wireless, I love it.
You have them now too.
Yeah, but this isn't Bluetooth.
Oh, let me rephrase. Wireless mouse. I prefer my mouse with a cable, even though the cable is always in the way, because the wireless one will run out at the worst possible moments.
Have you considered charging things?
It makes me nervous. I knew Tifa was on about wireless, yes.
Imagine charging your wireless devices. Like your phone, huh?
It doesn't even have an indication when it's almost empty. Plug the cable in, yeah, but when? I don't want to do that every day, because then why do I have a wireless mouse? And I actually had one with a cable, and then Jack forced me to get a mouse without the cable because it was on sale, which is fair enough.
Tifa hates a lot of things like wireless mice.
Yeah.
Japanese fancy restaurants, Samsung TV remotes, trackpads on laptops, gnomes with TMNT, heating, plushies, caterpillars, some colors fun, at least half of things I love. Tomatoes, hedgehog, sushi, every single member of X-Men, soup, all rap music, Dr. Dre's specifically, Magneto's outfit, pina coladas, and Dr. Pepper. And the list is yet to go on.
Yeah, wireless mice absolutely deserve to be on there, yeah.
I think he's just being a hater.
Do you know how often, and it also runs out at the worst possible moment. Do you know how often it has fallen out during like a Final Fantasy dungeon?
Legitimate skill issue, just keep it charged. They start blinking frantically usually when they get tired.
No, it doesn't.
Yours is even blinking right now because it's being charged because somebody plugged it in.
It does that normally. Well, now it's been plugged in for like 3 days because I haven't unplugged it ever since.
No, it doesn't when it's off.
Ooh, how often do you look at your mouse?
By the way...
Also, my hand is on it.
Psycho, same mouse.
Jack, you're missing the point. Yes, exactly.
I
Wireless
guess.
mouse give me stress.
And
It's
so
such a
far-
small thing, but it gives me stress. It's always that moment when you go do something where you need to focus for like an hour. Let's say, like I just said, like a dungeon in Final Fantasy or any type of dungeon or anything where you cannot stop in that moment. There's always this thinking, what if? There's always the what if. But then you go like, nah, it won't.
It's a skill issue, honestly. Just charge it at night.
And at the end, boss, you're the healer, your mouse dies, everyone dies because you can't use your fucking mouse. And then you're frantically looking around for the cable. You can't find it because you're stressed in the moment, so you have to shout around for Jack while crying and screaming that your party is dying, that you are dying, and then he throws the cable at you, and then with one hand you try to get it in while somehow still trying to get the skills on the keyboard which don't work because you have no clue how to play on the keyboard, because I'm really bad with playing with keyboard controls only in games like this. And then when the time you finally plug it in, too late. All for nothing.
Skill issue. It just keeps repeating back to it. I never get a wireless mouse, but that's because my current mouse cable is long and it's plugged into the USB pass-through in my keyboard. Wires.
I get you there.
Tifa, please tell me you're not exclusively clicking your skills.
No, not all of them. I have... No. I can do like 1 to 6 on the keyboard blindly, and the others I usually click.
Yeah, of course.
No, that's not true.
Irie has been standing there very patiently waiting for somebody to read his lines.
It's okay, he gets paid by the hour.
It's a consultant's fee.
He ain't in a rush.
No, but we kind of are. We're trying to have our friend not die. In case you forgot about that, I would like to remind you.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. No, we are trying not to die.
Okay, get it out of your system.
No, I'm done.
Let's let that awkward moment breathe for a moment. That was enough.
Wireless mouse. Okay.
Stop trying to trigger her. Hello, I'm surprised to see you here on a day other than... I think I just swallowed half the letters in that sentence. Now I'm thinking of wireless mice too.
It gets your heart beating, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes doki doki because I love them.
Funnily enough, wireless keyboards don't trigger me as much.
I'm very happy for you.
But I also feel like when the keyboard is dead, I can still do a lot with the mouse.
On-screen keyboard. Wireless wise. Exactly.
Still not preferred, but no cause of stress.
Are you ready for Higurashi, Tifa? I believe I've asked this before, but this time I mean it.
To be honest, you weren't the one that was ready. I'm giving you time to recollect yourself.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Hello, I'm surprised to see you here on a day other than Sunday.
I saw the stress for a moment.
First lines were hardest.
It's the pressure to perform. I have something I want to ask Takano. Is she here today?
Sorry, I can't tell you because of data protection rules. No, she must be on a date with Risa-san. I wish I had a date too.
Risa?
Who is Risa-san?
Why do you call him Risa?
Okay, what?
It's Tomitake. I don't understand. What?
It's probably only funny in my head, but what if we mispronounce the name? What if it's not Risa, but a Riser?
Where does the ER come from at the end?
It's just a different pronunciation. But what if he earned that nickname after a physical checkup once?
This is really only funny in your head, yes. I'm glad you had a laugh.
One person out there somewhere will understand why it was funny to me and will get a chuckle out of it. And for you, singular other person, I shared my fault. You should ask him yourself. It was a small mistake I made when we first met. It was funny how he reacted.
Is the other person on the internet with us, by the way?
Yet to be born, potentially. And that's why we upload our VODs to YouTube.
So
for all of time.
Find that other person.
Maybe in a generation or 5, somebody will find this hilarious.
If you are that other person, please let Jack know.
2025 Jack wants to know. Appreciate
You don't
it.
need to follow, subscribe, anything. Just let him know, please.
Please do. I need to feel the validation. Yes, narrator Kun,
Oh,
Chan,
yeah.
Tifa.
I don't get it. That's what nicknames are all about, though.
What did you want to talk to her about? I'll see you at the meeting tonight, so I'll take a message if you want.
Thank you very much. But I'd rather talk to her directly.
I can't find any particular reason or explanation as to what Risa means.
What's his last name again?
Tomitake.
Well, what's his first name again?
Risa. I forgot.
Yeah, but it could be because of like how his name is written.
Jiro Tomitake. Thank you, Psycho. Thank you. The moment you were typing.
Maybe it has to do with how his name is written in kanji and it's a combination of that.
Fuck off with that shit.
You know, sometimes a name is Jiro, but you spell it with the kanji
With
for
Risa.
moon and the one for river. And maybe that somehow...
Which is one of the many reasons why I will never learn Japanese, because things like these drive me over the edge. Also, welcome in, Mame. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing?
Like I tried to beat me there.
Yes.
That is such a cute emote.
That is absolutely adorable. I could watch that Bulbasaur spin forever, just rolling.
Yeah, it's very cute.
So fans call him Jiho, which means time of death. That is so unfortunate.
That is really soothing.
And yeah, sadly it is. I see. Alright, I should get back to my work now then.
Are you not seeing any patients today?
I'm seeing you right now. I've been busy with paperwork for the meeting tonight. I've been preparing it for a while, but I didn't have enough time. I'll get in trouble if it's not finished in time.
Story of my life.
It's true.
Aren't you busy coaching the baseball team too? You have so much energy.
And then it turns out Irei actually has a twin brother. Orie. It's a Bulbasaur. Oh my god. That's actually genius.
It kind of is, isn't it? It is so cute.
Mame, for that I will forgive your heinous attempts at gambling the system of by getting multiple illegal marriages. I'm such a busy guy. I've been looking for a cute maid who would take care of the chores and help me with other work, but I've had no such luck.
He laughed and looked at his watch. He seemed to be in a hurry. Multiple now. Isn't Tuesday your next one lining up?
That's what I took away from last stream too.
Do you have any idea where Takano is right now?
His watch was in a hurry? Yes. Yes it is now. I hate it when my watch is trying to scurry off my own. And they're probably going around to different places in the village. I know that they always meet at the shrine. She left not too long ago, so she might still be somewhere near there. 1 second, Tifa, your microphone just died. And I have no idea why.
These batteries were replaced 2 days ago, not even.
Speak into my microphone. Now you can watch me get up and get new ones. Let's please put those two somewhere else, because I want to check if they are broken for some reason. Because they didn't even make it through all of this. Tifa cannot talk because, you know, she's muted. There you go. It must be wireless mic. We know you're saying jack shit, Tifa. Tifa.
That makes it even better.
Tifa forgets that I need to refocus the camera. Meanwhile, I'm the one who uploads the VOD to YouTube. Whatever she did, I can see. They can hear you now from my microphone. How about you give me the other battery already? Thank you.
But yeah, it's exactly after I just did an entire speech about wireless stuff running out.
Yeah.
And what does it do then? It runs out. And these batteries were replaced 2 days ago.
That's true.
With fully charged ones, in case you're wondering. Because I know someone was gonna go like, were they charged?
Yes, they were actually. Skishu. Yes, it is. As per usual.
The timing is just so good. It is so good. I wish it would have happened like 10 minutes earlier, but regardless.
It would have been even funnier if it happened while you were ranting about wireless mice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
Question, because that sometimes happens. It should all sound normal now, but does it? Sometimes these microphones can... That's the smartest thing you said today. Okay, everything works. Thank you. All good. Thank you very much. Also, Mame, thank you for the watchstick. Nice.
Cheers.
Love.
I didn't have my hand free for the love.
Love. Tireless wayboard. Imagine.
Captain Holt voice. Who's Captain Holt?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What's Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
A TV show.
The police one?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen the first episode. But who's Captain Holt?
The captain.
Doesn't that have Terry Crews in it?
Yes.
Is that Terry Crews?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
No. Incredibly, though, I had someone use Skishu in someone's chat on Monday, and I can't be more proud. Mame, deserved. Goes with your wireless microphone. Yep. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, let me repeat that line. We're probably going around to different places in the village. I know that they always meet at the shrine, so she left not too long ago. She might still be somewhere near her.
I looked at the clock on the wall. I must have just missed her. This was no time to be chatting with Irie. Thank you very much. I'll try the shrine.
Bye. I was waiting for her to read, but that's my line. Next up, the encyclopedia. Put it in Wikipedia. That's the first step. Or try to spread it on places like Reddit so it enters current slang organically and then makes its way into the dictionary.
The first step nowadays is always social media.
Yeah.
Get it a thing, and it will be an urban dictionary. It will maybe become an actual entry. But social media holds the power.
What she said. You shouldn't bother those lovers since they only see each other 4 times a year.
He smiled mischievously and waved his hand in goodbye.
Why do they only see each other 4 times a year?
Because Tomitake only visits 4 times a year.
And Takano can't visit him because?
She has a job. I headed back to the shrine.
Excuse me, are you saying wildlife photography is not a job?
He does it for school at the moment. Besides, he's still studying.
I forgot all about that. It's been a while since we talked to him.
I was going to park my bike by the stairs that lead to the shrine grounds. Satoko and I are the only people who park our bikes there normally, but I saw more than 10 bikes there today. People must be gathering at the convention room.
Trigger thingy was twitchy.
There are more and more meetings when the Watanagashi festival draws closer.
You think being a nurse isn't a time-consuming job? Unfortunately, it is, because there are too little nurses, too few. Not enough nurses. Why try to say it complicated? There aren't enough people working as nurses. Fix it, people. Fund them. No, Jack, photography isn't a real job. I would like to point out that it is Honest Psycho's belief, and if you would like to address your feedback to him, you can do so at honest_psycho at youropinionisn'tvalid.com. I hope that's not your real email address. It would be funny if it was. Jack, practice what you preach, become a nurse. I'm basically Tifa's guardian at this point. Like, I have my hand full here. What else can I do? Preferably in a cute nurse outfit.
That would look good on you.
I need one of those fetish nurse outfits though, with like a boob cutout or something.
No, you are too high quality for that.
It's sweet that you believe that, but I'm not. Yeah. And why a short skirt? Just a belt.
We should maybe with Halloween make it a community goal to get you in one of those sexy nurse outfits with the big syringes.
Indeed. 2 little nurses are equal to 1 Takano. Yeah, it was fewer, wasn't it? Should have said that. Normal nurses just wear scrubs these days. I wouldn't.
Hey, gotta be comfy.
Sexy nurse or slutty nurse? Slutty.
You can be a slutty one. Seeing all these bikes reminded me that the summer is nearly here. I find it really funny that 10 bikes is considered a lot.
Yeah, for a Dutch person that's enough.
But for a place where there normally isn't, I guess. Most of the bikes were old and beat up. However, I saw 2 unfamiliar ones parked there. They were sporty mountain bikes with the same design but different colors. They must belong to Takano and Tomitake.
Oh, that's so sweet, they got matching bikes. Let me guess, his is blue, hers is pink, because those are the only 2 colors that exist.
I don't remember. Remember in the other chapter where she had a mountain bike in her car that she said was hers because Tomitake borrowed hers?
She did say that to Keiichi, who had allegedly just killed Teppei.
Yeah, do you remember if they described the color and stuff?
No, Keiichi just thinks that this is Tomitake's, and she goes, well, if it was his, that means I must have done something to him and put his bike into my car. And then he goes, yeah, we're both kind of shitty people right now, so I'll ignore all of this.
Okay, fair enough.
I drank the other tea. Nice, mommy.
I went up the stairs to look for the 2 of them, but I couldn't find either. Was there any place with a great view for taking pictures?
Shouldn't she know about this? She basically lives here.
I tried looking in places like that, but I still couldn't find them.
Are we gonna walk in on them boning?
I was gonna say, don't look for the place where you can take good pictures.
It sounded like they were panting. They must have been running around playing catch. They seem to be wrestling on the ground. So fun.
So I started looking based on what Takano might be interested in. I could only think of one place.
Oh god.
Schmicks.
What?
Hey, there she is. How is it? Chiro-san. So now they're already checking out the scene to see if they can break in easily.
It's a pretty simple lock. All I need is the right tool. We should be able to open it in a minute.
You can do that. You opened the lock to my heart, but that's not the only thing you're good at, huh?
Unlock these legs.
Joke's on you, it was never locked to begin with.
Yes?
I'm going to curse you. Oh, wrong. I'm going to curse you. The 2 of them jumped in surprise as I suddenly appeared in front of them. I had a hard time adapting.
Was that boing his penar? I think that boing actually was Rika jumping into view, like, oh, I scare you. But usually that is the boing of the blingness, yes.
Hello, Rika-chan. Wasn't nice of you to scare us like that.
It's also not very freaking nice of the both of you trying to trespass into this place, so up yours.
It's not nice to try and open the ritual storehouse's lock either.
She's right, Takano-san. We can't do something like that.
Tomitake conceded right away, but Takano was stubborn.
Oh wait, 1 second. I need to get into the Tomitake energy. Now you can see how absolutely pale the rest of my body is compared to this part.
It's the tourist stripes.
Yeah. Also, this looks really bad. I will not do this. It looks so bad that it distracts me and I just see a tiny preview.
She made up excuses to try and fool me. Based on my previous lives, I knew just how much interest she had in this storehouse.
Why did Rika never try to change the lock again?
If she knows it's happening, make it harder? Or what if she changes it at all and lets them in before Watanagashi herself?
Also different, so therefore I would be willing to try it out. Jacked. No. Thank you, but working on it. Work in progress.
It was actually rather impressive how hard she tried to cover that up.
Was she though?
The ritual storehouse is full of the remainder of the dark history of Onigafuchi. It contains bloody and vicious tools that Takano is fascinated with. I would have loved to see them too, so I do get it. She should have a good idea as to what those things are inside of this storehouse based on what she has been researching. She was making up some story about cultural treasures and such, but it was obvious that she was just making excuses. Tomitake also seemed impressed listening to Takano's phony justifications. In the past, I've tried to conceal what was inside of this storehouse from Takano, because I don't want her spreading information about the holy and brutal traditions they used to have in Onigafuchi village. It would be a disgrace. As a member of the Furude family, I can't let that happen.
Easy, just adopt her when she's a member too and when she can look inside.
Sounds about right. Looking at the history of Onigafuchi in the way Takano does is a painful thing for Hanyu as well.
I'm sorry.
Hanyu comes from the time.
The issue is that it's hurting a yokai's feelings.
For Hanyu, the ritual storehouse is a special place. Don't know what's so nice about being surrounded by those scary ritual tools, but she feels cozy when she's surrounded by the smell of old times.
Old blood and rust. Also hints of mold. Nice.
This storage is like Hanyu's hideout. When I can't see her, she's usually relaxing in here. I don't want her happy place to be turned into the bloody, horrifying den of evil Takano believes it to be.
Hence why the knocking sound happened, because it was supposed to be Hanyu.
That's why I've been keeping her away from the ritual storehouse.
Also, real quick, Han, if during this Watanagashi, immediately after she does her ritual dance, Rika stops being seen, she is the one who goes to the ritual storehouse and does the knocking herself. 1,000,000%. The moment she is out of sight and we don't see what she is doing, she is going to that storehouse, she is the one doing the knocking sound.
But then everyone would hear it.
I told you before, they all hear it. They all just choose to ignore it for their own reasons. Keiichi ignores it because he wants to impress Shion. Shion ignores it because she doesn't want to freak out in front of people. Takano probably doesn't actually hear it because she's cuckoo and she is way too into all of this.
In a situation like that, no way you would just ignore that. Nope. No way.
Fun fact, it is said that the amount of gold which humanity has unearthed so far is around 212,582 metric tons, which is still not enough to mint the gold medal for Jack's mental gymnastics. It's sweet how you all try to steer me away from me calling the plot twists. I appreciate that.
I want to see you in a situation that is kind of nerve-wracking to most. You're sneaking in somewhere. Suddenly there's loud bonking everywhere that gets worse and worse and you feel like you're being surrounded and everyone is just not even a single reaction to it. Just ignores it like there's nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. You even know how unrealistic that is.
Then why do I keep saying it like I mean it? I do mean this.
Because you're trying to rile us up.
No, I do mean it. This is my theory. There you go. I don't want you to feel stupid later. That is so sweet.
You should already feel that now.
I don't know why, but somehow I'm picturing this. You know, like in a circus when people do these like trapeze things where they swing on that thing very high up in the circus. And it's my turn to do the air gymnastic stuff, like Cirque du Soleil or whatever is the thing nowadays. And when Psycho is on the ground moving a mat so that if I fall onto it. And I just jump the completely other way. No! Basically like that.
Sounds about right.
That's traditionally called trapeze. Thank you. I remember the word. Appreciate it.
Come to think of it, why am I so mean to her? Is it because I hate her?
Hanyu or Takano?
Takano.
In both cases, agreeable.
I should stop feeling that way. I have to keep in close contact with Takano and Tomitake. I won't give up just because it didn't work before. I'm going to try one more time.
One more time. Daft Punk.
This world is different from the other ones.
Hopefully.
I might be able to change their fate, which in turn might change my own. And you? I'm thinking about showing the ritual storehouse to Takano. I am so good.
Oh my god!
I should have written this down as a prediction.
Okay. Doing things differently. I like it. Appreciate it.
Hanyu made an irritated face. Takano will lose herself in ecstasy if she sees what's inside of there. Oh, sorry, ignore.
Hey, Tifa. What? Why? What?
I'm doing the not reacting to your pounding like everyone else would do.
That's deep. I didn't get that. Hey, Tifa.
Hey, Jack.
If Takano's boss knew about all of these shenanigans, do you think he would be irritated?
Would have been better if you went with irritated.
His name is Irie.
Nah.
Come on! Come on! Tifa just unclips her microphone, gets up and leaves.
But this already happened in chapter 2 or not? No, she didn't.
The knocking sound did. The knocking sounds were in chapter 2, in chapter 5, and I think in every other chapter that they went into the thing.
But Rika did not invite them in chapter 2.
As far as we know, we were not witness to that. Because we saw the story from Shion's or Keiichi's perspective. He wasn't there for this.
It could be that it was the case, but there it was also in Watanagashi and not now 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
She ran around spreading rumors of the bloody history of Onikafuji. Hanyu wasn't too excited about that prospect.
Well, do you want Rika to live or do you want to keep doing things the same way over and over?
I'm not trying to curry favor with Takano, but I think it might give me a chance to talk to her. Takano holds on to grudges, so if I'm mean to her now, she might not listen to me later. I understand that Hanyu doesn't want her inside this holy place, but she can't do anything more than be irritated about it.
You mean we're at a point where even I am not sure about all the connections. Same.
It is so much. I'm the only one who can make the ultimate decision. Besides, she'll forgive me if I promise to eat something sweet later.
So simple.
Takano, if you will keep a secret, I'll let you in. Really?
I expected more of a facial expression from her for that.
Inside the ritual storehouse? You don't mean inside an emergency shelter, right? I mean it. I'll let you into the ritual storehouse.
It's not trespassing if you're invited.
You mean this storehouse? Inside of this building? I'm not trying to trick you or anything. I'll let you inside. Nipa. What's with the sudden, like, sparkling feel? Like the world seems brighter.
Because Takano just had a magical girl moment as you... I need you to voice out that face.
Nipa!
YouTube thumbnail face. In the anime, Takano does a big Omochikari grab on Rika, spinning her around in circles.
That is really cute.
I wish they would have put that into a whole background art.
I don't get why Takano gets so much hatred.
Because she's shit? That was such a cursed Nipa, Tifa.
Yeah, it didn't really work.
To be fair, Takano's kind of cursed, so...
I've never seen such a big smile on her face before. No, this is a miracle. I'm seeing this face for the first time in 100 years. Tomitake must be feeling the same way.
Too much ara energy in there. Yeah, a little bit.
But I feel like she's kind of an ara person.
Yeah, I think... yeah. I think they do the nurse stuff at home too.
Oh, but wait. I actually want to hear the Nipa from her.
Oh,
Go
good
to
point.
the...
Yes, finish your sentences.
settings, which you were already doing. I'm saving words.
Are you all ready? Here we go.
Oh no, that's so much softer than I thought it was.
That sounds so much smaller than I thought.
Yeah, but that is really cute.
Yes. Agreed.
Nipa.
That had even more ara energy than Tifa gave it somehow. Just softer. Oh, sorry.
His image of Takano was slowly falling apart as we spoke, I'm sure. No? Maybe he just found a new side of her to love instead. I'm surprised that Takano is actually such a funny person.
She's not.
She kinda is.
Nah.
Communication. Oh.
It's much bigger in the anime. It's supposed to be very vehement. I'll trust Ryukishi first.
Communication is important. It's sometimes so hard to tell what people are all about. We remained there and watched Takano spinning in delight for a while.
That's kinda cute.
This is a secret, so no one can see us going inside.
Are we gonna wait until nightfall? Please tell me we don't. You're right. I'll try to calm her down.
I'll go get the keys now.
Thank you.
By the time I came back with the key, Takano was totally calm again. She was obviously trying to hide how gleeful she was though. I thought she was a mature lady, but she might still be a kid at heart. I think they called that something like Gap Moe.
I think it's Moe.
Yeah, but she doesn't know.
What is Gap Moe? Because Moe is cute, right? Like a cat could be Moe, right? What's the difference between kawaii and moe? I'm not sure. Are you gonna read that?
Yeah, I was checking if this makes sense. Gap moe is a Japanese term used to describe the appeal of a character whose actions or traits contradict their usual appearance or personality.
Or as Dark Lord put it, a Gap Moe just means she's cute because her mood comes in two flavors. Like a tsundere, the gap is how rude she is to you. Such a weird concept to me.
Yeah,
but okay, I'll take it.
The gap is the difference in contrast.
Yes, that's what Dark Lord said.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Oh
confirming.
no! I shut down everything.
That's very you, Tifa.
I picked that term up at some point from Keiichi, but I'm still not sure how it's used.
Like this. Thank you, Dark Lord. Thank you, Internet.
That's a good way of putting it, Tifa. Exactly. Just for Jack. Now how do I put this back?
It's the button next to it.
Oh shit. I pressed the wrong button again. Let me fix this.
You pressed the same one again!
Pressed the same one again. Okay, I'm fixing this. This one. There we go.
Wireless laptop, by the way. Except for the power cable, of course.
It's because I'm using the mousepad thing, which is also in the hate list, by the way. Well then, Takano, Tomitake, before we go inside, you must promise me something.
Keep me alive.
Otherwise, you can't go in. Of course. You're willing to break the rules to open the forbidden storehouse for us. We'll keep our promises.
That was way too good of a creepy laugh. That's the kind of laugh that makes a judge tell you can't be around kids. Yeah, that's restraining order level laugh.
It's not that bad.
Takano-san, you have to take this seriously.
I am taking it seriously.
That's some Beavis and Butthead level shit.
My image of Takano is falling to pieces right now. Same here. Our market is crashing all over the world.
Yes.
I can't really appreciate Takano's personality like this. After Satoko, I think she's my favorite character.
Hell no. Hell no. You can have all of her, I don't care.
I'm kind of curious to learn even more about her, but I love the quirkiness that she has.
That ain't quirky. Takano's few good moments are the diamond in a sea of shit.
Nah, I love the weirdness about her. Because that is quite often us in actual situations.
Tifa, you with your weird quirkiness have never caused a full-scale investigation into bioterrorism.
No, but I take pictures of snails, take names of them and post them on the windows, which I'm sure is something Takano would also do.
No.
I feel there is like a connection with Takano.
No, Takano would cut open the snail and check for a parasite inside of it.
If there was a hint of one, I would get that.
Tifa, I can fix...
I don't think she needs fixing.
Oh, she does.
Actually, the whole government secrets, paranoia thing, that does need a little bit of fixing. But the fascination with the taboo and stuff can absolutely stay.
Yeah, but there's a difference between going, oh, I find these old myths and histories interesting, and I am the leader of QAnon.
We just need to get the aluminium tinfoil hat bit out of her, and then it's perfectly fine.
What's wrong is her making it hotter. Somehow, yeah.
Please decide on one thing, Tifa. Okay, it's only that bit of it. It's only that little extreme bit that needs to be fixed. Everything else, no.
Only the part where she causes mass death is the problem.
No, she can even keep all the scrapbooks and stuff and make stories out of it. Just don't go into... Just make it stories. Just don't believe your theories.
Takano is willing to drive other people to murder and suicide. That's not good.
No, that's not really clear yet.
She's never been convicted.
There's no proof.
Never been found guilty.
There's no proof that she put anyone up to suicide. Where was that? Which chapter?
The previous one. Remember all the shit that Reina did?
That was Reina believing it. Takano didn't say anything. She only gave the scrapbooks.
You're proving my point, thank you.
Nah. Reina said it before. It's not a good idea to think about problems all on your own. I always hated the crazy part of Takano, and I didn't want to be close to her.
Understandable.
But I never thought she could act this way. She was acting almost like Reina does when in her cute mode.
Even the shittiest person can do a nice or cute or good thing every now and then. It doesn't make them a less shitty person. It just tells you that they are a person and there's usually more than one side to them. That's normal. That's not special.
Had I known that she was as funny a person as this, I wouldn't have felt resentment towards her.
That's such a Tifa line.
I realize how important communicating can be.
That's the true heart of Gap Moe.
First of all, you have to promise you won't tell anybody that you went inside the storehouse.
She will.
Do not tell anyone.
But if I write it in my scrapbooks and they find their way on the internet somehow, I didn't
40 years
tell
later.
nobody.
Of course I won't. I'll promise. Takano put her hands to her chest. No, we pinky promise here.
It's like this, right?
Can I do that or is that TOS?
I think with you it might be. It's weird, but...
She also forced Tomitake to do the same.
Please press the enter button for me.
It was funny to watch Tomitake trying to keep up with Takano too. Also, you can't damage anything inside the storehouse.
Okay.
Of course not. Is it okay if I take pictures?
No.
Meep. You can, but I'll charge 100 yen per picture. That's good business.
That is... Oh my god, There are places like this, which is so weird to me. Like, well, we have rules against this, but if you consider a donation, we'll be fine with it. So clearly you don't have rules against it, it's just that it's something you want to sell for money.
No, I have rules against it. I'm just willing to close my eyes by the weight of money. What? How much money do you have on you right now, Jiro-san? If you pay me 10,000 yen, you can take all the photos you want. That's a good deal. I'll take it.
Boing.
Jiro-san!
Do you take credit cards?
They paid me the money for real. And you seemed excited knowing that the money could be used for buying desserts. See, suddenly invading your privacy isn't that bad now, is it?
I mean, it offends our local guardian deity. But on the other hand, I like desserts.
Is money offensive? No, it isn't.
Money makes it okay.
Exactly. Takano is such a nice person.
Disgusting.
You're so greedy. I finally got approval from Oyashiro-sama, the master of the storehouse.
Wait, how? What? I'm sorry, what?
See, this is Oyashiro-sama's temple.
Yeah, no, I get that, but how did she gain approval?
Because she is in charge of this temple, it's her place, and considering that the locals say that's Oyashiro-sama, she got her approval.
Okay.
Or we have to take it more literally, and there's something behind it.
So this is like in every JRPG ever, where the church is evil, of course, the Pope is the evilist, and pretends to speak for God, who probably isn't in on it, because God may not be the issue. If a Pope is, of course, sometimes it's God and the Pope is the good guy, because, you know, tropes. Okay. It's roughly $67, by the way.
Well, that's not bad, especially for kids in that time.
With or without inflation?
Enough
Either
to buy
way,
groceries from.
Yes, I remember Assassin's Creed too. Spoilers, not spoilers, that's every Assassin's Creed game. Like literally every single one of them.
The ritual storehouse is behind the building with the convention room. Sometimes people come out for a cigarette break. I can't let anybody see us entering.
You're good. No one is around.
Tomitake checked out the scene and gave me the signal to go ahead. I nodded at him and unlocked the door. I pushed open the heavy door just far enough for us to sneak inside. It will look suspicious if you wait outside like that.
And nobody walking past can see that the lock is open, by the way. That nobody
if it's
will.
a small lock, would you really look at that? If it's just hanging on the thing still, you won't see that.
If this was the temple to one of my guardian deities, yes.
Remember that our lock on the basement was once open for weeks because we didn't realize it wasn't fully clicked in?
My local guardian deity doesn't live in my basement now, does it?
It doesn't matter, it's the same thing.
Yes, and that's not the argument I just made. It's various different levels of how important it is to me. What? I can come inside too? That you know. That's the problem. You're correct. What?
He seemed surprised that I was asking him to come inside with us. Tomitake, of course, wasn't particularly interested in what was inside the storehouse. Well, he has to take the pictures.
Takano and Tomitake, literally us on vacations. When Tifa goes, oh my god, I just learned that there's a crypt here. I want to go look at where dead people are stored. I'm like,
That's fascinating.
I'll come too. It's cool.
I expected his surprised reaction. Jiro-san, Rika-chan is telling you to come inside. Come on now.
Alright.
Tomitake squeezed inside as Takano urged him, and I say we try to squeeze in a little break now.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm
Let's
full of
do
good
that.
ideas.
Where do you usually keep them? BRB.
We're back.
I hope, because I just minimized OBS as I did that. Welcome back, everybody. Perfect music to do crimes to.
It really is.
You sit a bit far to the left, Tifa. What? You wouldn't be privy to this, but Tifa and I were having our usual argument about how we were sitting, and I pushed Tifa into the position she was in.
Like a full minute, like I was here already, and then he's like, oh no, you gotta go to the left. And I'm like, no, that's too far to the left. I need to move to the right. So then I moved to the right, and then he's like, no, go move. And then he pushed me back, and now we're here, and now I'm indeed needing to move to the right.
Actually, now you do sit a bit too far. This is better, and I can... Beautiful.
Yeah, only he is allowed to move. Actually, I have nothing.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing this, so we have some freedom of movement. Tifa, sit like a human.
Thank you, Dark Lord. I am already sitting fully straight.
Should do it with you.
I'm very straight.
Oh, I felt that pop in my left shoulder. Alright, here we go.
I turned the light on and closed the door.
One sec. I have a great idea, actually. Okay. Read
That
your
made
line.
barely any difference.
It did make a big difference. Go read the line.
I turned the light on and closed the door.
4D experience.
Then I put the chain on from inside.
What chain?
The door chain.
That's never been brought up. Okay.
Yeah, because no one ever locked it from the inside. You're locking us in? Just so that a bad kitty cat won't sneak inside, you know?
Who's the cat?
The cat was Mion before.
Shion.
Was it Shion?
Shion. What's with the lobsters, guys?
The lobster throws me off.
Same. They look cute, but... Lobster posting, the latest trend on the internet. Tifa's thinking about lobsters.
Can't think of... Are you talking about me? Takano, a cat is supposed to go all meow meow. Meow. What do you mean? If you don't act like a cat, I'm not going to let you see what's in there. I brought cat ears and a collar with a bell for you too. If you don't put them on, get on all fours, and meow, then I won't open the next door. I mean,
Did we accidentally buy the porn parody of Higurashi?
To be fair, she said she would let them in, which they did, so now she can kick them out again. And have them pay an extra 10,000 yen.
Oh, the shrimp references the gamer pose. Oh yeah, the very curl... Oh, okay.
That's definitely me.
That is Tifa, unfortunately, but only, not when she's gaming, when she's working, and it pisses me off. Put on the cat ears, Tucker, no? Yeah.
Meow meow.
Meow meow, motherfucker. It puts on the lotion and puts it back in the basket, or it will get the hose.
The shrine storehouse has 2 doors, so that people can't see inside when the first door is open.
The force door suddenly stopped.
At the moment we were... Oh my god. At the moment we were inside the entry chamber. The real storehouse is in the room beyond.
I thought it's underneath. What? That's a bad joke, Rika-chan. You wouldn't really.
While Tomitake is saying this, Takano's already on all fours, meowing.
Meow, meow.
What the hell? I'll do it if I have to. You're testing me to see how devoted I am to my research, aren't you, Rika-chan? Fine. If that's what you want, then I'll wear cat ears, bloomers, a tail, crawl on all fours before an empty milk bowl. And back, please let me drink your milk, master. Meow.
Boing.
She definitely would have joined that club if she was around our age.
I have a feeling she has joined other clubs at her age. No king shaming. What am I hearing?
Takano would have had an OnlyFans and it would have gotten so popular.
For science. For science. Fine, if that's what you want, then I'll wear cat ears, bloomers and a tail, crawl on all fours before an empty milk bowl and back. Please, let me drink your milk, master. Which one did you like better? I assure you, dear reader, that line was crucial for the plot.
It is, because now we know how devoted she is. I agree. Hey, remember how they said shredded stocks fell like snow on Wall Street during the Great Crash? Takano's value right now reminds me of that. Vote now on your phones for only $2.99 a text message.
Please don't.
Unlimited voting.
Please don't.
Bring it on, Rika-chan. Are you sure I only have to wear the ears and the collar?
Don't you have a tail? What is it attached to? Takano-san? This door isn't even locked. See? Push it and it opens.
Still about permission. She could now run out and go like, yeah, they broke into the storehouse.
Exactly. I can make this a scene if I want to.
Exactly.
Who are they gonna
believe? Exactly.
Blackmail buddies. Usually they attach to a belt or a backpack. But not all of them do.
Usually.
Yeah, I think Dark Lord left. Exactly. Yes. Usually.
Usually not. Really? My dear, how shameful of me. Tomitake has no sense of humor. He just turned off a lot of viewers who were looking forward to seeing Takano in the cat outfit.
Boo! Boo this man!
Not even like special unlockable art or something, you know, for making it up until this point. Anyway, he's right. You just have to push it. Nipa.
This is when Tomitake had to die. Understandably.
He just died out from his nosebleed.
Possibly. I'm sure there is art of Takano.
There's 100% gonna be art of Takano, even without the cat scene. But 100%. If you look for
Tifa
Takano
stumbling over her words as she begins to salivate.
fan art, I'm sure you'll get it. I'm gonna Google that later.
On my account, of course.
Once we went through the door, we found ourselves inside the storage area. There were no windows in there, so it was completely dark, even during the day. There were several light bulbs hanging from the ceiling, but they were dim, and their light only exaggerated the darkness inside. Oyashiro-Sama's statue and the altar dominated the center of the room. They were surrounded by tons of ancient torture implements.
Here we go again.
They were all over the floor, walls and ceiling. It looked like a torture room, rather than just storage for tools intended for one.
This is
awesome!
Amazing.
That was close.
No, not even. Very different energy, Tifa.
Tomitake was rendered speechless. They were nothing like those fake torture implements that they might have seen in a wax museum or something like that.
Sugoi! I think Takano does well.
The tools in this room are the genuine articles. I never like to think about it, but I'm sure some of them were really used. Oh, I would try one out.
How, Tifa?
Too.
Tifa, how would you try out a ritual implement made to bleed out other people?
I mean, you don't go to that extent, but some of them, like where you're strapped to a chair and it like stretches you out, stuff like that.
How would you try that out by yourself?
Who says I would be by myself?
Nobody else is allowed in here.
No, certain people are allowed in here.
Fair enough, as long as they pay you 10,000 yen, it's cool.
These authentic tools always have a big impact on the people who see them. But Tomitake was the only one who was shocked, since he was the only normal person in the room.
Thank you.
Takano's eyes were sparkling. She was taking pictures while meowing like a cat.
Of course she would.
Meow, meow.
Mm-hmm.
This place isn't special to me. Of course, I know I'm supposed to treat it as a holy place, but I'm so used to seeing all these things after coming here countless times since I was little. To me, it's nothing but a storehouse with a lot of old stuff inside. And as for Hanyu, she says it's the only place the air from times past lingers in this present day, so she actually finds it comforting.
Hanyu, that's mold. That's just mold. That's not good for your lungs. You're gonna get ghost asthma.
I get in a good mood when I come here, because Hanyu gets in a good mood.
Yeah, because you're one and the same. Oh my god.
This is a relaxing place for her. And as I watched Tomitake's reaction, I noticed how totally off my values are from normal people's.
It's Rika's lungs anyway. Ha ha! Spoiled it.
And she'll be dead in 2 weeks anyway.
True. Yeah, fair, I guess. Phantasma. That's a good one.
Takano's reaction seemed more natural to me in a sense. Hanyu seemed to be bothered by Tomitake's reaction too.
Why would anybody be bothered by Tomitake's reaction? He is seeing all of these horrible tools like a normal person. What?
Maybe it was a bad idea to let him come inside after all. Well, the question is, can he handle it? I guess. Not like I could kick him out at this point. Hanyu and I sat on a cushion in front of the altar and watched Takano dance with childish glee while Tomitake made touching efforts to keep up.
They're doing the Instagram girl thing where she is posing in front of everything and demanding Tomitake take pictures on her at angles and stuff. Do it for the gram. I wonder why they made so many torture implements. The whole purpose of torture is to make people confess something, right? Why was it necessary for them to have so many?
Jiro-san, do you know that there are 2 ways to threaten people with torture implements?
By using them on other people? Or on you?
No, it's the anticipation and the using, I want to say.
Or by showing them to you, telling you what they could do to you, versus actually using them on you.
I think that's the 2 ways. The first one is to inflict pain on the victim. The other way is to threaten the victim by just showing him the tools.
Takano mind.
In that sense, having a countless number of them can give tremendous fear to the victim. It's like, what are they going to use next? Is it going to be worse than what has already been used?
Mm-hmm. I heard that torture requires skill. I suppose it's hard to really hurt people without killing them.
Tomitake acted like he's having a conversation with Takano, but his voice was obviously unsteady. Some Western torture implements were so vicious that if they really used it on the victim, they would have killed him instantly.
It's called a gun.
To be precise, there are 2 types of torture implements. First, there are simple tools that are simply used to make the victim confess. The other type is for entertaining those who are watching the torture. I'm frustrated that some people can't tell the difference between those two.
If you're wondering where exactly do you draw the line, my jokes fall into the second category. Used only to inflict pain.
You said in the second category.
Yes.
Used only to inflict pain is the first category.
Oh. Well, I'm glad my attempt at making fun of myself backfired, then backfired again, ricocheted off the original backfire, and made me look as dumb as I am. I lose, but we all win anyway.
We get what you're trying to say, though.
Thank you. Which is funny because it's frustrating when some people can't tell the difference between the two. It's like poetry, it rhymes, people. Let me ask you, what were they trying to gain from the victims by using these tools?
Tomitake asked me that. He must have thought that Takuno would say something far more scary if he asked her.
She would.
He's forgetting that I'm just a little innocent girl. I think they were forcing their victims to obey the rules of Onigafuchi village. That's what I believe. Am I right? Yes, you are. Most of these tools were never built for actual use. They were simply displayed in front of the villagers to intimidate them. That's why there are records saying that when they actually tried to use them, some of them were the wrong size, or simply malfunctioned.
It's kind of funny in a way. So they really did use some of them then? That's not a pleasant story.
Some people were just not obedient, despite the threat of oyashiro-sama's curse. Hey, Rika-chan. Are you sure that these tools were mainly used to intimidate people in the village? I've heard that I've heard that these were used for cooking and dissecting during the real Watanagashi.
Cooking?
Well, they did eat parts.
For some reason, I thought they ate the pieces raw.
Same, but now that I see cooking, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, after all, that seems to be the more hygienic way, but still.
Hanyu was making a frustrated face. She didn't want to remember the dark history of the village.
Why not?
People performed countless torture ceremonies in front of her, claiming that they were doing it in her name. The name of Oyashiro-sama. Wait, so she actually is Oyashiro-sama?
Apparently. That's what I was getting at earlier. That wasn't just, oh, pay me 10 grand and then Oyashiro-sama is fine with it. She actually got permission from Oyashiro-sama, and Oyashiro-sama appears to be Hanyu.
Yeah, but it was like in brackets, so I thought it was like
But if my theory is correct and Hanyu and Rika are the same person...
How does it make sense that she is Oyashiro-sama? She does have a huge amount of power. That is true. Well, not huge amount. She does have powers.
I could press a button and we could continue and maybe find out. Or do you want to theory craft a bit more?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
She asked them not to do that, but no one was able to hear or see her.
Occam's razor crumbling into dust. It's Ryukishi's razor. Whatever is the most outlandish, complex and weird answer is the correct one.
But then if nobody could actually see her, even in that time, then who were they worshipping? Who was Oyashiro-sama that came to Earth?
We don't know yet.
If not her.
Allegedly, by the way. But we don't know.
No comment. Nippon.
Sparkle? She always talks to me about it too. Long ago, the villagers of Onigafuchi would receive a divine message, go down to the foot of a mountain, kidnap people and eat them, right? I wonder why they did that. Was it a display of force or something?
I believe it was a type of ceremony to make them all realize they were higher on the food chain. The greatest outspoken reasons Onikafuchi forbade intermingling with outsiders were that the village was a holy land, and they were transcendents.
Greater beings than humans.
Greater beings than humans. Why is that, Cuddle?
In case you're wondering, Nova's screen does end there. That's a bit weird.
That's a first. Mingling with tainted humans will bring corruption. That's what they were taught. So they probably needed to reaffirm their idea that they were above humans at regular intervals.
Imagine, by the way, if they basically just spilled the beans to you in terms of a story, but every time it happens, the text moves a bit off screen, so you have a hard time reading it. That seems genius to me. In Japan, there was a tradition of displaying severed heads on pikes. Well, such a warning is inhumane. It's an extremely good deterrent. That's not just in Japan, by the way.
I would follow more rules if there were actual heads on spikes. I would clean the fallen leaves in front of the house if there were heads on spikes outside.
I don't think it would change anything for me because I already obey the rules anyway.
But you don't clean the leaves outside the door.
That's not my job.
It doesn't matter. If that was then asked of you, if there were heads on spikes, you would do it.
Yeah, but it's about the rules. The rules state I don't do it, the gardening people do.
But I make up the rules.
Oh, sorry, I forgot your oyashiro-sama. Okay.
The victim was brutally tortured in public, and then they were eaten alive. What would you think if you saw something like that? Anyone would simply think that they wouldn't want to be in the same situation. I think that depends on the crowd. We have spoken about it before, but there is the fact that one of our first Dutch prime ministers got eaten by an angry crowd, which started with one person, and then the crowd just added to it. So I guess it just depends on how riled up they are.
Yes, and unless you have a war king. Some people might even willingly give themselves up to be eaten because they like that idea.
That is true. There are cases known of that.
I think there was even a famous case in Germany before where two guys met online and one of them really wanted to eat another person and the other one wanted to be eaten.
Yeah.
So they met up and did that. I believe the guy who wanted to be eaten died in the process. I think.
They, I believe, started with eating one of his body parts
His
while he was
penis.
still alive. I didn't want it to say that, yes, but his penis. They both ate that and he died by bleeding out to death. Yeah. Okay. After which he was prepared, stored in a freezer, eaten parts, but not fully
True. And then one of the
digested.
Dilemmas that was being brought up during the trial was,
is it murder?
If you decide I wish to be eaten, is the person ending your life and preparing you a murderer? I think in the end they ruled that yes, it is still murder. Yeah. But I don't know what became of the sentence and all that.
No, it's like when your partner might be terribly ill, isn't allowed to die in a humane way, and then ask their partner to kill them. If you would then put a pillow to your face, which there are plenty of cases
adjacent. That's adjacent. I want to say it goes in the same direction, but
the person asked for it.
The goal is very different because most people, or many people could at least understand to some degree that it's like a mercy kind of thing. And the other is it leads to cannibalism, which is a taboo.
But it doesn't really matter if people feel like it's for mercy or for a taboo. The law doesn't differentiate between that.
It does, though.
It might be a bit more lenient, but you won't get away with either.
Depends on the country. Because different countries see these things differently. I believe Switzerland, for example, has rules in place to make assisted suicide legal.
Yes, but not if your partner does it. Assisted suicide is through a doctor or in a hospital. It's not if that gets denied and you beg your partner to please kill you and you do it, that is not considered assisted
So
suicide.
I didn't realize you were so hung up on that particular part of your story.
Yeah, but that's a very big difference. Either a doctor kills you by overdose of morphine or whatever, which is not considered murder because it's legally allowed, or you do it out of mercy for someone, then you are a murderer. That's where the difference is.
I would need to study the subject more to have a deeper meaning, a deeper opinion on this. Just a few things I know about it. Because cannibalism is for a lower reason, or whatever the term is. Yeah, I think that's...
I feel like hunger is a very
the
big
whole
reason.
thing that was... But that's not hunger to feed yourself after like a plane crash.
Hunger on your flesh.
That's like a psychological hunger because for whatever reason you want to taste human flesh. You know? Cannibalism implies it's for the eater's benefit. But what about the combination of cannibalism and the war king?
If I now take this out of context, I could go that Psycho says on paper, I'm in favor of cannibalism, but Canada showed that it gets abused to get rid of expensive patients.
But context is key.
I know, but still.
As it so often is in life.
The way the conversation just flows
and
in
screenshot and send to the authorities.
In writing works.
Yes.
I don't know, am I against cannibalism?
I am. But then again, I'm a vegetarian by choice. So I'm also against eating animals.
I feel like there's a line in cannibalism on how much and whether it kills the person. Like I said, if I could try a piece of my hip, I would. That's considered cannibalism. Does it kill me? No.
That's
like there's a line. There's a line somewhere.
Tifa take. Oh my god! I've had it before, but every time it throws me for a loop.
It's still cannibalism.
That's true.
But there's a line. Tifa's talking cannibalism again. I don't think I started the cannibalism talk. That's the game. The game is about cannibalism. True.
Thank you, Mame, for pointing it out specifically, because it's been a while since we got to use it.
I still find cannibalism a very interesting topic.
We notice. Jack, I'm disappointed we have a banner for this. Psycho! Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Never mind.
Oh shit, we do.
Auto-cannibalism isn't much better. But you have full autonomy over your body. If you want to eat your toe, why can you not eat your toe? Of course, there's further implications. What if somebody wants to eat their own arm? That makes them probably need help later on in life. And in a country with socialized healthcare like Germany, suddenly or part of the taxes I pay into the healthcare system, will be used for somebody who chose to mutilate themselves. Is that fair? I don't know.
That's a whole different can of worms, which is huge.
Yeah, but that's the following question. No. See, I'm willing to agree. Because I come from a household of that. Not the mutilating yourself, but I've said this before. My mother tried to drink herself to death, so now she's been in permanent care ever since that happened, like 17 years ago. I think it's unfair that all of us have to pay taxes that goes to help a person like this. I understand why we do this, and I wouldn't want it any other way if I have to choose between everybody gets help or nobody gets help. But does it sting a little bit that I support people who chose to do this to themselves? A little bit.
Well, that's where a line is, because what if someone consents to having a body part eaten by another person? Like, it has to be able to be done in a safe environment. If I would now go tomorrow, Jack, I want to eat your arm, and you go like, yes, I've always wanted my left arm to be eaten. I cannot cut off your arm in a safe way without also not risking infections, you dying to death, etc.
I would probably die from the pain already, but yes, true. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Can we just agree that non-necessary cannibalism is just wrong?
I like how we're thinking too hard about that.
Yeah, because on the other hand, do I want to be part of that? No, in no way, shape or form. But if somebody wants to eat their little finger, you know?
But that's the thing.
Frankly, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that no, but you can't really put a line on that because then you go into it, if your arm is missing,
Fair.
you should go to healthcare. Like, at what point...
Going into my previous argument. Okay, Tifa...
Then I take a second finger because I can still use my 3 fingers.
Tifa has a point. If I have to make the decision and there is no wiggle room, because, you know, if you give them a little finger, they'll take the whole arm, to use that phrase, completely out of context, then I agree I am against non-necessary cannibalism.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Mami. You put that argument so perfectly concise. Mwah. Thank you.
Do I still want to try it though? Yeah. Does that change the fact? No. And of course there will always be a market for it, especially since it is such a taboo.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it should. Agreed. It's a hard line, we shouldn't cross at all. Yeah. Fair. I get it.
That suddenly reminds me, I saw a topic on Reddit last week, I think.
It's been a while since we talked about cannibalism, but Tifa is trying to just live her life right now, so this is going to take another minute.
No, it was really... It was a kind of a macabre post if you think about it. It was about people's last moments before they died in some horrible way. And one of the pictures was of, I'm not sure if it was a photographer, filmmaker or anything, regardless, it was of a man who went to an island which is known for the inhabitants to not have contact with the outside and are also known cannibals.
Sentinel Island? Is that the one that kills everybody that goes to visit?
I'm not sure if it was that one specifically.
I don't know if they're cannibalists.
But
cannibals.
You see a picture of him, which is the last...
The Sentinelese, yes. So, I was right, yeah.
It could be that it was them, but I'm not 100% sure, because there was actually a picture taken of him, where you see him looking at someone. Then just behind him, you have one of the inhabitants who has this fuck you smile.
Preparing a fire already?
Looking at this guy.
Dinner just arrived.
And after that, he has never been seen and heard of again. So it's assumed that he was killed by the tribe on the island.
And eaten on the spot.
And since they it's not proven, but since they are known to be cannibals, it is assumed that he was eaten.
Man,
but that picture, if you think about it, was kind of creepy.
What could happen if I go visit a group of people that doesn't like visitors and eats people? Oh yeah, I'll get eaten.
But I'm not sure if it is them, because I believe they shoot everyone on site.
Yeah, true.
Because there was this guy who wanted to preach God to them.
I will tell them about Jesus.
Yeah, and before he even reached the island, he got shot with an arrow through the chest. And this guy actually did land on it, was speaking to them, had a picture taken, and then there's this guy...
So not Sentinel Island.
This guy in the background looking at you like you're a literal snack.
Because he is, yeah.
I need to find the post.
Let's just not go to people who clearly don't want you around. Just, you know, if they tell you don't come here, maybe don't go.
But there are still plenty of uncontacted tribes.
I think Takano's been trying to say something for a while.
Oh, crucifixion. We can also go in. Okay, next topic.
Talking about Jesus.
There's also a history of crucifixion in this country. They hung the victim and stabbed him with spears in front of an audience. You probably know this already, Jiro-san, but people don't really die from being stabbed once or twice.
Yeah, only if you're lucky in that moment, I guess.
They might have a chance to die if they were stabbed in the stomach or chest, but it's not instant, like a guillotine. They bled from their wounds, their guts were pulled out, and they eventually died by drowning in their own blood. In that sense, a guillotine is such a merciful tool. It really is, though. Did you know? The guillotine was invented for the nobility.
After the stream, I will watch, I don't know, some Bluey or something. I don't know, Peppa Pig. Something to get me as far as possible from all of these conversations.
But that's why I love Takano. These are some of the best parts in the game.
I hear you. I don't see it for myself. I'm glad you're enjoying this.
It was invented because they were able to die instantly, which wasn't the case with shooting or hanging. The nobles got special treatment all the way up to death. Yeah, if you have to pick between hanging and the guillotine, it's 100% that.
Is this actually true? Did capitalism trick the rest of the world into even giving the privileged people another privilege? That's disgusting, if you think about it.
I believe the guillotine was first used on a French or British queen.
I'm gonna look this up. Invention of the guillotine. If I can spell guillotine.
I think a British one, can it be? Even though it was French.
According to Wikipedia. Blah, 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 blah. Guillotine was best known for its use in France. Yeah, but the history. The use of beheading machines in Europe long predates such use during the French Revolution in 1792. An early example of a principle is found in the Old French High History of the Holy Grail, dated to about 1210.
This doesn't seem correct because there it says that the machine is imaginary. If you go up.
Oh yeah, although the device is imaginary, its function is clear.
Like we know guillotines are real.
There's the Halifax gibbet from 16th century England, which is similar to a guillotine. It's with an axe. That was used in 1280, so before the French did their thing with it. Blah, 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 blah.
The first use of the guillotine in France was to execute a highwayman, so it is not royalty. And after that it was used as the official method of execution.
Takano is correct. Invention. French surgeon and physiologist Antoine Louis and German engineer Tobias Schmidt built a prototype for the guillotine. According to the memoir of a French executioner Charles-Henri Sanson, Louis XVI suggested the use of a straight angled blade instead of a curved one. So Takano isn't wrong. The rich influenced the guillotine. That's disgusting. Now I wish they had the most jagged, rusty blades.
And true, they didn't stop using it until not even too long ago. Who was the actor who played in Lord of the Rings, who still witnessed the last guillotine?
Christopher Lee?
Christopher Lee, that's it.
That wouldn't shock me, at least, because he's seen lots of shit in his life. Yeah. Old executions were done with a regular sword or axe and it was not clean. Correct.
Game of Thrones is the best example of that. Spoilers, by the way, for Game of Thrones. But the episode, or the first episode, already starts with one where...
Oh, now I know what you mean. Yeah.
What's the guy called?
Ned Stark.
Where Ned Stark actually fulfills one with his own hands. And it's a clean cut. Head goes off immediately. But
Important
then later,
note, he has a special sword for this.
It's a broadsword.
Two-handed sword and it's big. It's not Buster Sword, Final Fantasy VII, or Guts Sword, but you can tell it's made to cleave things.
But even
That's
then,
important.
He made it seem easy. And then later on in the season, you have someone else who needs to behead someone. And it took him like 6, 7, 8 cuts before he was actually able to get through and behead the person.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as easy as they make it seem.
Exactly. Which makes it kind of poetic, because spoilers, not really spoilers for Game of Thrones, because they also have this thing where their law is, if you as the king demand somebody be killed by chopping off their head, then you need to do it yourself. Because of the amount of work it takes, the whole thing that needs to go through your mind and your body to lift a sword or axe and then do that. And if you do it wrong, the mess you create, the horror of that image. So you need to be the one to do that.
That was the Stark way.
I think there's something to it. You know, if you have to commit these horrible acts, you will have to be the one doing them. You can't just go, yeah, here, executioner, behead this person. No, it's on your hands. So you think about how you dole out the law in this case. Are you really wanting to behead people? Then you gotta do it yourself.
You have to be willing to get your own hands dirty, which doesn't really happen nowadays anymore.
A great sword, a Zweihänder. Indeed.
Yep.
Okay, my stomach is already turning, so let's do more Takano talk.
There's an old black and white movie that I know of. It's a love story set during the French Revolution, but the final guillotine scene is the best part.
Oh, I'm still in Wikipedia.
The nobles are lined up and bound in chains, and they get publicly
So they're lined up in change?
Oh.
That's how rich they are.
The nobles are lined up and bound in chains, and they get publicly executed on the guillotine one by one. Snap. Next. Snap. Next. Snap. Human lives are taken away like they're on a conveyor belt. There's no last words or prayers or anything. Snap. Next. Snap. It's not even that entertaining, because it's over in a flash.
Tifa asinine.
No, but that is also true. The reason these public executions
In
were...
about 350.
The reason these executions were often public is not just as a warning for the crowd, but also entertainment.
Yeah,
these
like
things
the gladiators
were announced. People had days out, basically.
Yes. Bread and games. How do you control the masses? You give them something to ooh and ah at, like fighting to the death, public executions, and occasionally you feed them.
Yes, exactly.
And if they start to riot, well, you increase one or the two of them. Until morale is back to where you want it to be.
People have always been interested in death.
Yes.
And especially as long as you're not the one dying.
Exactly, I was going to say, it's the death of others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another fun fact.
Weirdly, I believe, I don't have the means to back that up, but I think that's on a biological level, to a degree. Because if you come across a car accident on the highway, everybody will. I'm not talking about the assholes that then stop their car to film instead of help. That's shit. Fuck these people. But everybody, even the most clear-headed person that goes, no, there's a scene, police is there's nothing I can do. The best thing I can do is to just keep driving, keep traffic flowing. Even they will turn their head because it's human instinct to see the curious, horrible thing that happened. Cost $125, fine. Psycho, if it was up to me, we would add a 0 behind it.
If you obstruct traffic and brake just to film and look,
Yes, I would add a 0. All of these fines should be so draconic that people actually care. $125, that's not nothing, but it's also just $125. Make it 1,000. Make it really hurt the wallet.
It's the primal instinct to find out what happens, because this might happen to me.
Yeah, kind of.
I agree with the primal instinct to find out what happens. I don't agree with the because it might happen to me, because when you look at this, a lot of people will go like, this would never happen to me. If I drive too hard, I would never lose control of the corner. If I have a beer or a tree, I won't cause an accident. You know, so it's always the... That's not me.
Unfortunately.
But still, fun fact about...
Fun fact about murder and death.
About morbid curiosity. I think it was in London or Paris. I'm not actually sure, but doesn't really matter. There was a time where... Mortuarians? Is that what it's called in English? Where you keep body...
Morticians.
No, the actual place where you keep the body.
Mortuaries.
Mortuary. There was a time...
Morgues.
Oh, morgue. That's the place I was looking for.
Making the word longer and more complicated.
Where they just found more and more dead people on the streets, drowned in rivers, whichever, which they couldn't identify during the time. So they had the brilliant idea of opening up morgues to the public and basically have these huge displays behind glass where they would line up all of the dead bodies.
Okay.
And it was open for everyone to come.
Like a zoo kind of, but for dead people.
Yeah, to identify the person so that they could find out who they actually were.
Mm-hmm.
And this turned out to be such a spectacle and a hit that these morgues, for the longest time, started turning into public meetup places where you would just go for a day out, talk about the people, make fun of the dead people in the glasses, because the majority of them were also all naked. And that was such an...
That sounds British.
I think it was British, but that was such a public event where...
You want to see my grandma?
Then they wouldn't be there because they're identified. So this was purely to identify
but
people.
You don't tell them to have more fun.
No, sure. But you would just meet up there for, let's say, I'm just going to say like for a coffee, sit there and talk about the bodies.
Why do you know these things?
You wouldn't know anyone because it's a fun fact.
We have different definitions of fun then, but I get it.
At some point they realized they weren't getting any bodies identified because people would only come and watch at the dead bodies. Morbid curiosity, which is what started this fun fact, and they stopped doing that. And then the morgues got shut down for the public again, and no one could...
According to Tifa, this happened in the UK and or in France.
I'm not sure if it was France or the UK, but I'm quite sure I can find that out after stream.
Somewhere west of you. A morgue is where they keep the bodies, a mortuary is where they prepare the body for burial. Oh, thank you.
Oh, then it is morgue.
Also called them funeral homes, fair enough. Takano, you were trying to say?
No one holds any sentiment for the deaths. The audience enjoys how the nobles' heads are sliced off like vegetables. It's like a show to them. Yeah, exactly, that's what we're talking about. I think it's more respectful to kill someone slowly and brutally. That way people will pay a little bit more attention to them, right? In a way, is it more respectful? Depends on how you look at it. If you take it slow and brutal, you do put all of your attention on them. Like, you don't just go, snap, next. You're fully focused on that person.
We're talking about respectful killing.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I don't, for me, I don't think there's a difference in whether it's slow and brutal or fast and industrial level. I think whether it's respectful or not depends entirely on the moment and the intention. Is it respectful to kill the horse that broke its leg up on a mountainside, instead of letting it lay there and suffer until it withers away and dies of infection? I don't like it, but I guess, yeah.
I'm not sure I would use the word respectful, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Is it respectful to just watch it die? I don't know, maybe you could argue that too. I don't know. I don't, that's not really something that plays into it for me. Not merciful, but it's about respectful. I don't know. I never thought of it like this, and I don't think I will.
Fair enough.
As a deterrence, maybe? Yeah, true. If you just keep chopping people's heads off, that will send a message.
No, if you do it slowly and brutally, I think it's even more of a message.
Wait until you find out what happened to 2/3 of the architects of the French Revolution. Wait, is that the part where a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, eventually did the same shit the people that they first killed for did too, and ended up the same way? It's almost like greed and power corrupts people.
French Revolution was rough. Oyashiro-sama here was the one who made this brutal torture possible. Takano raises her hand to honor the statue of Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama is just an idol created by human beings. That idol was worshipped with fear and made divine. And yes, people laid the bricks of his church with rules and doctrines, strengthening it with the mortar of curses and malediction. And as they stacked and stacked those bricks up high, its height reached up to heaven, and their god was placed above it all. Gods are born because people desire them. So when people seek to rule others with fear, they become the collection of blood, torture, and pure terror. And here they call that god Oyashiro-sama. In other words, this proves that the stairs to godhood are built not by gods, but by human hands, and show the way for us humans to attain further heights and... Her passionate lecture was interrupted by a loud noise. As I looked back, Hanyu was jumping up and down with her eyes full of tears. The tuts are clear. It ruins it. She was stomping the floor as hard as she could, making a loud noise instead of screaming out with her unheard voice. However, it all amounted to the same thing. Hanyu cannot be heard by people. That's not right. That's not right. I'm not like that.
Then what are you like? Danton and Robespierre's Reign of Terror ended with him getting chopped. Marat was stabbed by an assassin in his iconic bathtub. Well, Reign of Terror tells you all, doesn't it?
I need to look up that bathtub.
Agreed. Remind me what to never buy, even if we had that money.
Hanyu. I hate seeing people getting tortured or killed. I want people to be happy together. Of course, not everything is perfect, but I never asked people to do such horrible things. Hanyu.
I think you did though, but...
You are who you are. Oyashiro-sama has nothing to do with you. I thought she is Oyashiro-sama.
Stop making things up now, please.
Does he or does he not have anything to do with Hanyu? This is getting confusing.
I just want answers, man.
Not right. It's not right. Does he actually say ow ow ow? Can you listen to that? I was wondering what the actual sound is. Because ow 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 seems...
Yeah, after this line.
Oh. I hate Takano. I hate her.
Too early. Sorry.
She always says horrible things about me. She's a bully.
Now, time to learn about the ow 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 ow.
Yeah.
She's crying.
Okay.
I honestly couldn't tell if it was like Reina's no, or like a like a crying kind of thing.
Yeah.
One of the worst cons of not reading with voice acting is you miss the ahs and the haws.
That's true.
That's true. Which is why I would like to remind everybody, you too can own Higurashi, and then you can play it with a voice acting because it's really good. Not as good as ours, of course, but...
It's a different world.
It's a bit different. Welcome in, Yaya. How are you doing?
What he said. Was it a bad idea for me to bring Takano in here?
Always has been.
I knew that Takano would get overstimulated and say something like this.
If you knew, then why did you do it?
Fortunately, Hanyu's rejection indirectly reached Takano, and she stopped lecturing. Somehow, Tomitake had heard the noise that Hanyu made. He pressed his finger in front of his lips and told Takano to be quiet. What is it?
Well, I heard a sound like a child was jumping around. There might be a child somewhere near this building.
Really? I didn't hear anything.
I'm sure I heard it. Takano-san went here in secret. I think you should look around without making any noise.
This is how someone acts, by the way, when they hear something.
This is how somebody reacts when they don't mind everybody else knowing that they are worried or afraid. Hanyu means that the violent, vicious worship of Oyashiro-sama isn't something she wants but cannot tell people. But Rika said, I've got permission from Oyashiro-sama. Earlier, the lines, how they were written, implied that Hanyu is Oyashiro-sama.
Yeah. And now it's like, oh,
they are
you're not.
not again. I am
That's the bit that's confusing, because twice she's been called Oyashiro-sama now. And then suddenly it's like, oh, you're not.
I think it's like when people call us eggs. It both means both of us, but also each one individually. It's a title, yeah. Jack, please treat Oyashiro-sama as a title. Exactly.
Makes more sense, I think. So, not as a person.
Oyashiro-sama could technically be also multiple people, because it's a title.
Fair.
Or multiple entities, if you will.
But then we won't really get an answer to who.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Takano seemed disappointed, but Tomitake was right. She had no choice but to be quiet.
And the reincarnation thing. True. Maybe the seventh woman born in the Furude family will be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Only refers to the seventh woman in the family is born with powers.
That could also be. But then it's still your reincarnation sort of thing.
Yeah, but then she is Rika, but her title could be Oyashiro-sama. Because she shares the same trait as the Oyashiro-samas before her.
That yes, but then nothing really changed to what we've been saying, that she is Oyashiro-sama in that regard.
Well, the thing is, if before we used it as a name, it may change things.
I mean...
If it's a title, then throughout history, potentially, if we follow that line, there could have been multiple Oyashiro-samas. Every 7th generation, a new one pops up. Because that's just how it is. The number 7 is magical. But at some point, there must have been one Oyashiro-sama. Name Oyashiro-sama.
I say yes to it now.
It started somewhere.
I will have forgotten by Friday.
Of course. That's why we do recaps, by the way. Benjima and everybody else.
Tomitake, there are no children around this place.
Are you sure? You didn't hear it either. I'm sure I heard a noise.
I heard it too. But it wasn't coming from outside the building. It was jumping right behind me. Oh, this is how she's gonna use remember she was gonna talk to them? This is what she's going to use to start the talk.
I don't know what you mean, but let's carry on. I'll find out.
Rika was gonna ask for their help. And she was using letting them in to privately talk to them.
Oh yeah,
and
true.
Now she's doing the segue into...
To be fair, Tifa, all the dark and brutal shit you've been talking about made me... It feels like that whole line was a week ago. The whole, I'm doing this for protection, that might as well have happened a month ago.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I heard it too. But it wasn't coming from outside the building. It was jumping right behind me. I guess you heard it from far away, but it was very loud to me. I was standing in front of the altar, and the statue of Oyashiro-sama was right behind me. Tomitake seemed freaked out after hearing what I just told him. Although he was trying to fake a smile, his face was turning pale. However, Takano didn't seem scared at all. Takano, you can't say things that would upset Oyashiro-sama in front of him. Oyashiro-sama is very angry right now. Can't you hear his voice? And it's fortunate that she can't, to be honest. Even if she heard it, it would be nothing but tears.
But you see our confusion, right? Because now Oyashiro-sama and Hanyu are being conflated again.
Yep, now she is again. My job as a shrine maiden to begin with is to tell humans what Oyashiro-sama is feeling. I'm responsible for speaking on Hanyu's behalf. And Takano must have realized that I was very serious about what I just said. She apologized to me right away. I'm sorry. I took it too far. I'm sorry, Oyashiro-sama. You are a god as long as people worship you.
What's with this backhanded compliment?
But that is true.
You are a god as long as people worship you in a different reading could also be a super killer line in like an action movie. Whereas, like a Marvel thing.
Like shrine gods lose their power if people stop worshipping at the shrine.
Yeah, that's cool, but I'm saying that line holds a certain gravitas, depending on how it's said. Sorry, carry on.
I think that's just lore. Even though I may not worship you, you are still holy. I am sorry for disrespecting you. Oyashiro-sama loves sweet food. You'll get cursed unless you offer something sweet through me. Tomitake couldn't help but smile. At this point I would be thinking, even if I did believe you before, here I would be like, now you're bullshitting me. Even though she isn't lying.
Apparently, we don't know that yet. If this is Higurashi, the whole story could still flip on its head.
As far as we are currently aware of, she isn't.
Agreed.
Tomitake couldn't help but smile. And Takano also smiled. She bowed to me, promising to bring over some cream puff soon.
Oyashiro-sama likes strawberry ice cream, by the way.
Exactly.
Yes.
Takano finally stopped saying bad things about Oyashiro-sama.
Oyashiro-sama would give me $20.
She also promised to bring me something sweet. Anyu was still upset, but she was probably satisfied for the moment. But I didn't know what she meant by the 3 fingers she was showing to me.
That she has to remove 3 nails.
Was she telling me to ask Takano for that too? Nah, it's a food item.
Nah.
It's gotta be something totally not serious.
No, Tifa, we are in chapter 4, I believe. We need to get to the dark twists of a story that punch you in the gut.
Nah.
Yeah.
Being a shrine maiden is not an easy thing. Oyashiro-sama is saying that he wants at least 3 cream puffs.
In chapter 7, yeah, but chapter 4 of chapter 7. They used to call them episodes, now they call them chapters. One sec.
I think I know Oyashiro-sama better than you at this point. Obviously.
Possibly because I don't actually like cream puffs.
Cream puffs are nice. I just want to make it clear that it's not me asking for that.
Of course not. How could it be?
They took it as a joke I made to reduce the tension. Tomitake and Takano cracked up, holding their stomachs.
And now they need to die because they laughed at cream puffs.
Hanyu was looking at them with surprise, not knowing why they were laughing. My face, meanwhile, was turning red with embarrassment. Fine. I'll get 3 delicious cream puffs for Oyashiro-sama. Should I get some for you and Takano Satoko-chan too? No, I don't need any. But there is something I want to tell you. What is it? Since you let me inside the storehouse today, I'm willing to do anything for you now.
Please tell me it involves BDSM gear again.
Yeah.
They call these in Japan shoe creams. Okay, fair enough. From the dough they made from it.
Then, I want you to believe what I'm about to tell you now. Please don't ask me why or make fun of me. Please believe me and change fate to save me.
No.
I think this is a good moment to save.
I think it's early and we should still have this conversation.
I think it is not early and this is going to be a long conversation that you are not going to be willing to pause in between.
I am willing to, and I don't think it's long.
You really think her explaining what is going to happen and what she needs from them is not going to be long?
I think the chapter's almost over, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but Dark Lord, when it comes to when a chapter is over, you have no brownie points.
Oh, Psycho on Team Tifa. Come on, we had a long evening yesterday with Tifa on this one. Okay.
If all of you actually say this is a short talk, I am fine with it. But I expect this talk to be an hour. As in an hour for us.
I don't remember. Fair.
Thank you, Psycho. Appreciate it. Appreciate you too, Dark Lord. But I remember. I'm just saying.
But I like it when people agree with me.
I hold grudges.
Why do you hold a grudge? What happened?
We tried to finish a chapter and did like an extra 90 minutes because it was almost over.
No. To be fair, that was us misunderstanding what people said. Because people were like, you are close to the end. And that was the truth.
Yeah.
Comparatively, we were in like the last 10% of what we were doing. It's just that we took that as, oh yeah, it's like another 10-15 minutes maybe.
Yeah, but still...
I remember that distinctively. Someone insisted on talking cannibalism again for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but are we here to have fun? Or are we here for only progress? Like Jack sometimes too, he's like, oh, we gotta talk less about these things and we gotta go through it because we're not coming anywhere in the game. But this is about the fun experience and about talking to things. If I just want to go through the game, I wouldn't say anything and only do my lines and then we're done. It's about everything. I enjoy speaking about cannibalism for 30 minutes.
Did you know I can flip between them like this? Tifa, fuck you. From the bottom of my editorial heart. We both have talked about the way we do these things so many times. And we always come to the same issue. If we don't have these diversions, that's not us. On the flip side, those diversions are exactly that. They are diversions. So by nature, they will probably detract from what we're currently doing. Usually it's at least adjacent to the thing that's happening, so there is some connection. It's not completely alien to the thing at hand.
Most times, sometimes
still,
not.
It's a diversion. And sometimes we just go with the flow. There's nothing wrong with that, but a diversion can be anywhere between one line and what we had again today. I'm at the point where I think if it happens, it happens. You know?
Yeah.
Yesterday, you might have noticed during the Floor 796 stream, I was a bit pushy about continuing. Because this is on me, that's an issue of communication.
I didn't mean to trigger you.
No, but it's fine. I feel like talking about it. Tifa, before we started streaming, said like, oh, there is so little rooms left, we're gonna be done with this after this stream. I knew this wasn't gonna happen. It's just very unlikely with what we were doing. But still, in my mind, I understood this as Tifa wants to get through the rooms. So every now and then I would be like, how about we continue? How about... And then that also might seem strange because we're in the middle of having a conversation that is just flowing naturally, and then one of us goes... And we keep doing this to each other because it's, I want to say, borderline impossible to know where the right moment is. You know in post that it's too late because we're doing this live, we don't have a script. I know some of the things Tifa says might make it seem different, but we don't have scripts. On the other hand, how long do we frickin' take with Higurashi? You know? It needs to end at some point.
Yeah, but at this point there's no point rushing it. And during the stream...
You actually like this? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. At work too. Spoilers. Not spoilers. So...
I'm not like this.
So, why is Jack going full salt? I forgot what I was getting mad about.
I'm not sure.
Something about...
We were talking about the pushing.
Pushing what?
Like getting someone.
See, I was so busy trying to explain why I was feeling a certain way that I completely lost track of what made me feel that way at the beginning. Sometimes I think I have early onset dementia or something actually seriously wrong with me, but I don't. I think it's just... I go with a flow in a neutral way of saying it. I was angry about something. Not angry. I was play angry about something. I blame Tifa for it anyway.
Well, when we're actually like in the time of a stream, I don't really care how much progress we make, honestly. Like if we want to play Higurashi and we spend 2.5 hours talking about potatoes and then only play half an hour, I am also fine with that.
But at the same time, I understand this is completely subjective, I believe. There might be people that are like, that's too much.
Yeah, I get that.
But then again, without it, it wouldn't be us, you know?
The one thing I do push for, which is no secret after all of this time, is towards the end of the stream. And I've explained that a lot. I sleep really badly. I'm under a lot of pressure at work. It's a lot of stress. I need sleep to perform. My performance is going down because of lack of sleep. I need a clear cut in order to get the rest, to get to work and survive my day.
Skill issue.
And it doesn't mean I'm not having fun with you guys and I just want stream to end. No, don't apologize for that.
It's not about that.
It is not about that.
No, you're not reading the lines, so you're confused.
Oh.
Carry on with your point.
So at some point, my mind at like 9:45 is like, this is where my cut is. That's how German I have gotten.
So, that was enough fun.
Because I feel the 9:45 approach. I'm just completely beat by that point. And then it's also mad. Yeah, I know. You pull energy out of stream.
That's another thing. Tifa, through basically everything she does, this has nothing to do with you. Don't take it personal. Everything Tifa does drains her. And thankfully there are certain things in life that re-energize me. And listening to my own voice is one of those things. The other day, I wasn't joking when I said this, I could talk for 24 hours, it's gonna be good for my ears.
Jack can be completely beat and when he streams he gets energized. Mm-hmm. I can be completely beat and when I stream I still have a lot of fun with you guys.
I will yawn and
I
stuff
get drained.
Because physically, you know, I will be tired, but at some point I'll just get through that and then I'm good to go. I could do a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, but the thing is, during the stream, you have to keep talking, you have to keep somewhat entertaining, you have to sort of pay attention.
People should be able to follow the things I'm saying. It shouldn't just be noise coming out of my mouth.
And is it fun? Yes, but it does take that extra energy off of me, which is why usually I'm like, okay, if I don't stop at this point, I'm gonna be absolutely dead. Because I won't sleep until like midnight, then my alarm goes off around 6, gonna be a long, exhausting day. Currently the days are already very long, and then I'm like, okay, we need to like stop. Like, fucking stop talking and end the stream.
To draw in the Smash Bros crowd. Tifa, no Johns. No Johns. No Johns is a term that I believe originated in the Smash Bros community, where
That's what Skinner always does.
Basically, every time something goes wrong, oh, it's because my controller doesn't work.
Oh, it's lagging.
The TV is laggy or something like that. And I believe the person who first did this was named John, and then people just picked up and were like, no Johns. There's even memes about this with like Reggie going like, no Johns. But the thing that confused you, I think you two will love Umineko. That's what we've been told. 3 years, it's a conservative estimate I would say, for Umineko is too much to be completely honest. Sorry, no need to be sorry for that. I think I agree.
Isn't Umineko longer than Higurashi?
Yes, significantly.
Yeah, then 3 years is...
I think 3 years is unfortunately a good estimate. It's longer than a fucking Bible. Fair enough. And I guess because it's so long, there's also plenty of different things that will be brought up. Therefore, plenty of different things to have diversions about. So I'm not joking when I say 3 years is probably accurate. We've been doing Higurashi now for... It's gonna be at least 1.5 years by the time we're done. It's a year and 5 months now? 4 months? I'm bad with time.
It's been a lot of fun, but would we go through that dedication again?
The thing is, at face value, I wouldn't mind.
In the end, it's about having fun.
In the most positive sense, because I say this at work sometimes. I don't know if it makes sense to all of you, but in a positive way, I don't care. If the next thing that I enjoy doing happens to be a super long visual novel, then I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily pick a game depending on how long it is or how short it is. I do when it's solo streams, because I want it to be done by the time Tifa comes back. But for something we do together, if it takes a week, a month, a year, I'm okay with it. As long as we're having fun, that's cool. But at the same time, I understand that asking somebody to be here with us 3-4 times a week, like for 3 years, is a lot of commitment. A lot. And I understand where some people then would go, well, with all the other shit they talk about, now I'm putting it negatively from that perspective, I don't mean it that way. But with all the things they talk about it, I don't have that time. There are people that, for example, don't watch One Piece because it's still ongoing and there's like over 1,200 episodes now, I think?
Something like that, I believe.
And going, still ongoing. And
it's a commitment.
It's one cohesive story, so you do want to start at the beginning. It's not like Simpsons where you can just watch any of them, or South Park.
Yeah, like with Higurashi now, if you've never played it and you don't know about it and you come in at this point, it's like, what am I doing here?
Exactly.
Like, you have to be there from the start of the journey or already know it.
Hence why Tifa makes fun of me for the recaps, and I think they're important. It's a lot.
I get the recaps, but still.
So, for taking in mind what it is like from the audience's perspective, would I want to do Umineko with how we do streams? Not really. Yeah. No, it's not on the top of my list. If it was like an abridged version, maybe, but I think that might also defeat the point.
I was full in favor of streaming Umineko after this, but I'm not sure if that is something we will actually do on stream.
Yeah.
But that's up for discussion if we finish Higurashi.
One last thing about Umineko. I assume there's a manga, just like with Higurashi. We could look at that one, but I've never looked into whether or not you can stream a manga, because I think technically that might... I do not know. I'm not saying this as facts. I'm saying this is what I wonder. If that would be considered piracy technically.
Not sure. That's the same like you're not allowed to read books that are not on public.
That is correct.
I would think manga is the same thing.
I believe so too, and you can normally not just buy a book and then read it on stream because of copyright. That makes sense. You know, I've said it before, I want people to eat, I want people to get paid for what they do. I get it. But if we could do, for example, the manga of Umineko in a way that is legal and morally okay, you know, then that would be something I could consider. Just saying. Manga is definitely short. I'm under the impression you cannot read manga directly on stream. Same.
Yeah, I'm pretty
if you
sure.
bought it, maybe, but yeah, but even then, I buy it or we both buy a copy. But how many people are gonna see this? There's the people you need to consider on stream.
You still wouldn't be allowed.
You can't make sure they all bought a copy.
It's like when you buy a Blu-ray, you're not allowed to stream it to a crowd either.
Yes, you can watch it with your family. That's gray area in a way. That's accepted, but you can't broadcast it because, of course, not. You know, a stream is the same thing. Especially later on, a stream is already a broadcast, and when this goes on YouTube for eternity, that is technically an infinite amount of people that could watch it. It's weird that video games are an exception. That's the problem. Technically, they aren't. But from my understanding, because all of these platforms, Twitch, YouTube, are based in the US, it works because of fair use laws. Now, fair use laws, remember how we went from the length of the visual novels and now we're at fair use laws? Divergence and flow of conversation. But this is important. When you play a video game on a stream, is that copyrighted material? Yes. Yes. because a company made it, usually, and you bought it. But the fact that you play the game, you deliver the inputs, what happens on screen is because of you. The accepted ruling is that it's a transformative work, not like a parody where you take things and when you change them, you make your own thing. Your playing through a game is your experience of playing through a game. And that is okay to broadcast and share, because it's yours.
That's actually really interesting, because I hadn't thought of video games being the exception until you now said it, and it's like, oh,
they are not an exception. What you do when you stream a video game makes it the exception, to my very limited understanding of US law. I could be wrong with all of this, but this is my understanding.
Tiny Nelson ring all the time.
Yes, for example.
That is very true.
For example. Correct. If the video game was just a sorry, no disrespect, man, a visual novel and you read it, I would argue that some lawyers out there could go, well, technically you and your viewers, whether you know it or not, just committed piracy. Because you took a novel and you read it. And people didn't buy the book, the visual novel, digital book, but they experienced it for free. Or you even took money for it, which is double bad. So you stole from us. So in a way, the diversions add to the fact that we're doing things with it. Funnily enough, and I know, I may not be legally scholared and stuff, but my line of thinking seems to be applicable because every now and then companies do this copyright claim thing on YouTube, like with the Floor 796 streams. I've posted about this on Discord because I think it's funny sometimes. And I've actually had to deal with this so much that I've now written a template for myself. I've shown it to Tifa earlier, where you have to explain to the other party that you didn't steal their content, you did your own thing, and it's not a substitute in all this. And I always write the same things because I believe them to be true. Nobody in their right mind would want to listen to the song or watch the clip that we saw on the stream and then would watch our video. Because it's like 3 hours long and we're just talking nonsense most of the time.
We talk through it.
It's what we do with it that's the purpose of a video. And that generally is accepted to be okay, because it's a transformative work. I would like all of this to be much clearer, but it isn't. While you can technically make choices here, yes, also true.
Yeah, visual novels are a bit weird in that regard, though. Especially the ones where, like originally in Higurashi, there are no choices and just story. Why is that? Part because it's labeled as video game?
No, because you react to it. I hate reaction videos, by the way. I hate them with a fucking passion. Every single person who lives off of showing you a large amount of somebody else's work and I go, huh, that was cool. Fuck you. You are a parasite. I said what I said. Sorry, where were we? So if you just read without any commentary, it doesn't fall under fair use.
But even people like on YouTube label something as a let's play and only do the lines, that's still allowed. So where is it?
People would need to sue and a judge would need to rule for there to be precedents, because that's how the US law works, unfortunately. Or somebody would need to change the laws that apply here. Every single time this dispute is being brought up, which with gameplay normally doesn't happen, but it could, I claim fair use, and everybody else does too. I'm not unique in that sense. I'm not saying that. Everybody does, because
if you want
it's
the video,
me doing this. It's me doing these things. It's me showing people these things. That's why it's different. That's why it's unique. That's why it's mine. Does it use something else? Yes, as a vehicle, not as the sole purpose. So I think if we were to just read the lines without any commentary, it wouldn't fall under fair use. Yes, that's what I believe.
I'm not willing to risk it. I'll throw in a word every now and then.
I also think that wouldn't be interesting. Because, I mean, I understand that there are some people, I am one of them. Sometimes I want to know something about a game and I'm not sure if I want to buy it. and there's a demo, then I play that. But sometimes demos are really rare nowadays.
And you want to watch some actual gameplay, not two people standing still talking about guillotines.
So I look up gameplay videos. And there are plenty of people that specifically seek out streams and video on YouTube and stuff. No commentary. Because they don't care about what the person pressing the buttons has to say. That's fair. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
Again, I think with more interactive things that would be fair use, because the inputs you do completely decide on what's happening on screen. Again, that gray area I would call it. There's a market for everything. Some people like all the talking we do, or other people of course. Some people don't like it.
I think that's kind of the difference between Twitch and YouTube as well. Most people on Twitch expect the talking, the socializing. Yes, of course, there's a lot of lurkers, but Twitch is more focused on that.
It has a social aspect, yeah.
Like, if I want to talk to people, I go to Twitch. Like, if I want that interaction sort of thing, I go here. If I just want to watch a video, I go to YouTube.
You can have it both ways. The main difference between something like Twitch and something like YouTube is the synchronicity. On Twitch, interaction generally is synchronized. You say something in chat, we see it, there's a conversation happening in somewhat real time because stream delay and stuff. With something like YouTube, it's asynchronous. I post a video, and then after that video is released, people can comment on it. Or not if you disable it.
Yeah, but it's...
But then to react to it, you would either have to go post comments yourself or make a new video.
It's more like social media.
Yes, it's asynchronous.
Yeah.
This is like a phone call, the other thing is like a letter. You've received it, now you can read it. Or you don't. But you have it. And I can't change anything, or I can't react to what you're saying.
That's true. Well, one thing you don't have to worry about, I don't think the commentary will ever disappear.
Yeah, I doubt.
I think if we start doing streams without any commentary, that's the end of when we should stream.
Yeah, I personally don't see the appeal, because if I watch somebody do something, I want to know their thoughts, their opinions. Like, why are you doing this? Do you like it? Do you not like it? You know, I want to know what's happening in your head. That's me, personally. So that's what I do when we stream. Even if it's just something as stupid, I have this thing where I need to curse less. I know stupid isn't exactly a curse or anything, but it's even with stuff, it has a negative connotation. It's even with stuff like something as simple as me playing a Mega Man game. There isn't necessarily much to talk about in a standard Mega Man room. It's like, so you go from left to right and you jump over things. Yeah, but then I can tell you what I do, and I can tell you if I like the jump, because sometimes they're horse shit, you know. I still keep talking anyway, because I feel like it's the right thing to do. And if you don't like it, and if you just want the game, you can play it yourself. That's always my argument. Remember how we once had this like week-long discussion about whether or not we should be allowed to talk during cutscenes?
Yeah, true, especially in the beginning.
That's a true thing.
We wanted to be quiet during cutscenes.
Because the game is the focus, not us.
Yeah, but at some point a cutscene is like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and at what point do you then like just shut up?
I want to stream a Metal Gear Solid games at some point. Metal Gear Solid 4, spoilers not a spoiler, has a 90-something minute cutscene at the end.
Basically an entire movie.
I might as well leave then.
But that's also what the difference is between a Let's Play and is the story nice? Yes, which also why subtitles are nice. Trivia is nice too for the background noise when we're just yapping through it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But
I also put on things as white noise in the background.
But that's why I think in Twitch, it's the full experience of going through this together. And if I would just actually want to focus on what is happening in those cutscenes, I'd watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
just watch a clean cut.
Just do it yourself, by yourself. you know? And I don't know how other people do this, but when we watch a movie or something together,
Constant yapping through it.
not constant, but usually we also talk to each other during that. Even it's just like, wow, that was really cool, oh my god. Like, enough that we can still follow it, but there is interaction between us. So.
But that was something we had to learn for sure, that it's okay to sometimes go through the cutscenes. Do we try to focus on it a bit and not fully talk through every single line that is said?
Especially if there's no subtitles, because screw that.
Yeah, exactly. But at some point, it's fine.
Yeah. So that's all the trivia nobody asked for, but you got it anyway. Flow of consciousness conversations. My specialty.
If there's one thing we're good at, is giving unwanted trivia.
Unwanted opinions too.
Actually, you may not know. You might think you don't want it, but maybe you do after.
Bonus points if you can't pause the cutscene. Bonus points if you cannot just not pause the cutscene, but if you press the like a start button where you would think it might open a menu to allow you to pause, it skips. Fuck that! I hate that so much. One of my pet peeves. If the subtitles are too small to even fucking read GTA. Annoying. Remember how I got really mad during Mirror's Edge about that? Like, you have the accessibility options. I love that. I am well of hearing. I have good ears. I don't need subtitles, but I want subtitles. Because sometimes people speak with accents. Maybe
I'm good of hearing until I watch a movie, then I can't hear anything.
Maybe it's an accent I can't quite hear or understand that well. Maybe I'm just focused on something that's happening on screen. But with my eyes I can quickly catch up with the subtitles so I can better understand what's happening. And that's just me. We're not even talking about people who cannot hear or hear badly. They need subtitles. Why would you put subtitles in your game this small and then for only like half of things that are being said?
Got a mosquito sting on my elbow.
It's like when Netflix goes, speak Spanish.
Yeah, but that is ridiculous. There's this one episode in Prison Break where...
Oh my god.
Where
spoilers.
It's fair, no spoilers. Where half of the episode, they're speaking Spanish. There's a lot of the episode where they're speaking Spanish, and the entire time it's just speaking Spanish. If it's like a few words, okay, I can understand that you go the lazy way. But when the entire episode, or so much of the episode, revolves around the language, you have the translation, by the way. That's the worst part. You have the translation, because I can choose to watch with Spanish subtitles.
And then they know what they say, and you could just run that through a translator if you don't know Spanish well enough.
Yeah, so it's there. I know it's there. You have it. You could have just put that into the English translation.
Or you could just ask one of the 5 people on the planet who speak Spanish and English. Oh wait, that's millions of people actually.
Like, they know what's being said.
I put the spoilers thing on, not because of what Tifa and I just got mad at, but specifically for Prison Break. That's in the original run, in the last season.
Also, you spoil it more by saying where it is.
Yeah, that's why I put the spoilers thing on.
Yeah, but then don't explain where it is, because that's telling you where they speak it in the season is a bigger spoiler than saying there's an episode with a lot of Spanish.
That's correct. That's why I put on the spoiler.
Yeah, but then why say it?
Look on the screen, Tifa.
Yeah, but I'm saying you might just avoid that.
It's near the end of the original run of the show, and one of the main characters goes to, I forgot which country, and the entire, no, I forgot if it was Mexico, somewhere else in Latin America, or Spain even, I don't know. But they speak Spanish in every scene this character is there. And that's, I think, 3/4 of the episode. And I'm pretty sure it was important. I cannot tell you what it was about.
So you now spoiled that they're not in prison.
It's called Prison Break. Also, again,
doesn't mean they're successful.
Tifa, why do you think we have this thing so we can talk about stuff?
Yeah, but I'm just saying you're spoiling way more than was necessary.
There's also prisons in Prison Break. Happy now?
No, that's in the trailer. That's
unwatchable.
That's not a spoiler.
For the longest time, I wanted to look like Wentworth Miller. As a teenager when the show came out.
He's the bald one.
Yeah, the main guy.
Oh yeah, he was really good in Dinotopia.
We need to watch Dinotopia again.
I fucking love that movie. Or movies, there's two. At least my VHS tapes were in two, but I think that was because it was too long.
I think it's technically 4 long episodes. Let me double check one. Dinotopia. It's a TV series according to Wikipedia.
It's a series. I've only seen that as a movie.
Mini-series with 3 episodes. Yeah.
Oh shit, we should definitely watch that.
Oh, by the way, it is made through a US, UK and German production. So you're welcome everybody for Dinotopia. That's why it was so hyped over here. I remember there being ads for it.
Oh, there's plenty
Tifa
that
thinking of
is made in Germany too that isn't that hyped. So I can't imagine.
Like me.
You are hyped.
Yay, Jack. How about we take our arguments somewhere else to get to get a finely balanced, nutritious mental meal out of this evening. We had all the darkness and horribleness happening with Tifa's tangents and Takano's tails. See what I did there? So why don't we go rate Skinner, who is playing Balatro. I know 2 things about Balatro. It's kind of like poker, I believe, and it is super popular.
I've never
That's all I know about it. And it's an indie game. I know 3 things about it. You haven't heard of Balatro?
No.
That's shocking.
I thought he was playing solitaire based on the preview.
Then again, Tifa doesn't see spoilers for shows on the internet. Shocking, but it's true. If you cannot stick around for the raid, please check out Skinner whenever it's convenient for you. When he is not trying to bait me into misinformation, like today being first day, for example, from the beginning of the stream. He's a cool guy. Let me set this up. Thank you, Saribot, for your services and reminding everybody to stay hydrated. Please do. Drinking water is important.
Cheers.
This would have been so much cooler if the stream ended after we did this.
I know it, but we're not very good at timing. Am I not supposed to press the button first?
Yeah, but the thing you can now see needs to happen first. And it's starting right. There's a timer.
What? I can press the button already.
Now you could.
I was gonna say, that's not...
Thank you everybody for Higurashiing some more of us. I'm still confused, but it's fine. Please stick around for it if you can. We're back on actually Friday this time. Friday.